Duval. Duval.
Playoffs.
Hello, everyone. Fourth and Forever. Welcome. As you see, it's a vintage episode. You got Brett and Mason. We have a guest joining us soon, Ben. But if you're noticing, someone's missing. Yes, Cameron is missing. We had to kind of. Yeah, it's the box is bigger. You could see more of my backdrop. I love it.
I know.
My new Dubuque Fighting Saint shirt.
I'm
Thank
glad my
you,
background's
mother-in-law.
clean because I didn't think about it. I forgot how big the screen is now with only two people.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, when you mix it down a little bit, you kind of have some room to.
Yeah, it's just my face.
Oh, and there's Ben. Perfect. So as Ben hops on here, I'll just kind of say I got this Dubuque shirt from my mother-in-law. Beautiful, from the Dubuque Junior Fighting Hockey Saints.
Baby.
Ghost Stros.
Indeed, indubitably.
Welcome, Ben. We literally just did the intro as you were hopping on. So I was just saying that you're about to hop on. So welcome, Ben. For those of you who don't know, yeah, Ben was on during our KTSW takeover when Mason was on vacation. It was great to have you on, you and Caden. I'm hoping to get Caden on again soon as well. But Ben, I made you a promise that the Broncos get the 1 seed, that you can come on and talk your shit, man. So I'm a man of my word.
Yeah.
Sorry we had to rearrange the time a couple times. We filmed different parts of the episode last night with the basketball talk, and now we're doing football this morning. Cameron won't be joining us; it'll just be us three, but it'll be some good riffing. So, first thing I wanted to get to though, some big news in the music world: A$AP Rocky's new album. Mason, we were just talking about it before we started. I have yet to listen to it. I'm excited to listen to it though. Ben, have you had a chance to tap in to new A$AP? No, I know Mason had a chance last night. So.
I've been listening to some old rock and Young Boy.
There you go.
Oh, nice.
The diversity, man.
That's a crazy. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Guns N' Roses to Young Boy.
See, what I want to hear though, when you say old rock, see, there's a big age gap between me and Ben. I think about 10 years.
It's been anything from 70s to 2000s.
Okay. So actually,
I've been big on Pearl Jam recently.
I love Pearl Jam.
Are you in a sad state in your life? Because usually that's when you find Pearl Jam.
I love Pearl Jam. The 10 album is one of the best pieces of music of all time.
Yeah.
I love Eddie Vedder. It's the best.
And then when you get in a Temple of the Dog, where it's
yes.
Chris Cornell and then Eddie Vedder. I mean,
Yeah, it's just like two dueling heads there, man. But they're just so good. They're so good together, man.
Heads.
I wish that would have. They would have put out another album on top of that, but we won't get into it.
Chris Cornell, by the way.
Yeah. Let's R.I.P. Chris Cornell. It's been about 10 years already since he died. I think he died in 2017, 18, something like that, man. That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're here to talk football. We're not here to talk sadness. So we're excited to have you guys on. First thing I wanted to get into before we get into this awesome slate of divisional round games, the first coaching domino has fallen. John Harbaugh signed with the Giants yesterday, I believe. Big news coming out of the NFL. And a nice little change of pace for the Giants, who have not had a lot of luck since Tom Coughlin got let go a few years ago. I think they've gone through 6 head coaches, and I don't know if any of them finished with a winning record. Obviously, if you get fired, that's probably not going to get fired with a winning record. But nice change of pace for the Giants. Mason, you first, man. What do you think this does for them?
I think it's huge. I think at least developmentally. Because Jackson Dart, it's going to be his second year. He had some good flashes. I think John Harbaugh will probably stray him away from head first tackling and trying to run for everybody, just so he can be more cerebral, which it seems like Jackson Dart can do that. I mean, you saw through the year him making great throws. Then you have Cam Scatabo, who I think will develop into a great running back. I think he's great at catching, he's great at running, and he's just kind of the hype man of the team. And then you still have Malik Neighbors, who's going to be coming off an injury. They have they have a top 3 pick, top 5. What was their record? I mean, it was awful.
I think they're the 3 if I'm not.
Yeah. So I mean, John Harbaugh gets a nice first-round pick too in his first year. So I'm excited for them. They were kind of coming up. Their defense was getting a little bit better. I think John Harbaugh will straighten them all out, and I think they're going to be a great team. They have probably the next couple of years.
Secondary, they're dangerous.
Yeah. Well, and they have Abdul Carter, who he didn't have a crazy flashy year, but he had a good year. So yeah, they're gonna be scary. these next
Ben?
couple years.
Ben, what you think about the hiring?
I think if I think the Giants might with Jackson Dart, they might want to be on that type of early, young NFL career Lamar Jackson playbook. Maybe not as much running, but like let him use his legs, like on design plays a lot. And I think Harbaugh can because I think they had to go away from that one because Lamar Jackson became such a great passer, right? But then also he got a little older. But Dart's young, so I think if they let him use his legs, it'll be a good offense. I think.
Yeah, it's going to be a nice culture
I think
shock
you
for
just
them.
gotta hope. You gotta hope Cam. Yeah, you gotta hope Cam stays healthy. Defense looks good. I wonder where they go with this top pick. Probably defense.
Got
It
to,
might
right?
go. It might go O line. I don't know.
Yeah, I was thinking O-line.
I even think like the off chance too that they may take a receiver. I mean maybe not at 3 or 4 wherever they land, but it kind of seems like maybe they're trying to bolster that offense a little bit, maybe solidify Jackson Dart as the guy and get him some weapons. So
they could genuinely, honestly, just trade out of it because if they're not getting a quarterback, they could probably get some good utility out of.
yeah, if you don't have the number 1 pick in the draft, you're not getting a franchise quarterback this year because the number 2 guy Dante Moore. Other news also he is staying another year at Oregon, which was kind of shocking. I thought he was going to come out, especially with how weak this class was. Ben, what do you think about that, man? Because I was shocked to hear that he stayed. Do you see that there's a benefit to these guys staying in college another year? Do you think the money was just too good? Do you think maybe he saw that I could possibly go to the Jets? Like,
I think
It's probably exactly what it is.
I think there's a lot. So one, there's money, right, with NIL now. 2, I think, because I like the idea of maybe you can face a hard truth about yourself and be like, hey, I can take another year in college and develop to a better NFL quarterback. You've seen that. That's probably a pro of why Bo Nix was in college so long, right? He seems more comfortable at the NFL level, like right away, because he played so many games in college. But then there's also you see kind of what happened with Drew Aller, right? You think when you have a chance to go to the NFL top pick, get a lot contract, I guess, for a top pick, you got to take it. So we'll see what happens. It can either go bad for him. It can either go really good. He either make himself better, make him the number 1 pick next year, or the second quarterback again if Arch. I have a lot of Arch looked really, really good. Regardless, I don't know. It can go either way, really. And he also probably wanted to avoid the Jets. But I think they'll probably have another top pick next year, so I don't know if he can escape.
yeah,
He can't escape.
He's gonna stay another year. You know what? I'm still not ready for the draft. I don't think.
That would be hilarious. Just at the end of this, like let's say next year he just blows the roof off and is the number 1 pick, and it's the Jets just sitting there waiting for him. Like,
yeah, I'll stay here another year in Oregon.
I think that would be so funny. But I kind of hope that happens a little bit. But let's get into the playoffs, boys. Obviously, this is what we're here for. This is what Ben's here for. I'm really excited about this divisional round, man. We had some great games last weekend. I'm expecting the same this weekend, especially with the level of competition we got here. But let's start off with the reason Ben is here. The first game of the weekend, Bills at the Broncos. Broncos are the 1.5 point favorite. High of 41 degrees going into Denver. I don't know if like wind chill or anything is going to play a difference, so we'll see about that. I am very excited to see how Josh Allen kind of progresses here. He is still the best quarterback, I think, in this playoffs right now.
Yeah.
I even think even over Stafford, even with how well Caleb Williams has been playing, I still think Josh Allen is by far and away the best quarterback in this playoffs. But what worries me is that Denver is so good at everything else. That kind of worries me. And they're at home, too. They are very good at home. Ben, I'm sure you can speak to that. I do think the climate kind of makes a difference, with the elevation. I think that's what they're the elevation kind of messes with people.
If you practice in elevation, you have an advantage over everybody. I mean, it just is what it is.
I still think the Bills are going to pull away with this. I picked them to win the Super Bowl. I'm still going to stay on that. I just think when it comes down to it, it's like, do I trust Josh Allen in the final minutes, or do I trust Bo Nix? And it's nothing against Bo Nix. He's played fantastic all year. He's been a really good quarterback, shown that he belongs in this league. But Josh Allen is just a different animal. And I think when it comes time to the playoffs, Josh Allen is going to lock in. He's still got Kincaid, still got Dawson Knox that he can throw to, who are still great vertical weapons on 101. So, and even though they're thin on receiver, you still got those two guys. Hopefully James Cook plays a little better. But I'm hoping for the Bills in this game. Ben, I'm excited to hear what you got to say.
I don't think it's a good matchup. I think all last year and this year too, the way both those teams play, the Bills are the worst matchup for the Broncos, right? You know, they have the leading rusher. Broncos run game not that good, or not that good, but you know for how dominant that defense is, it's not like a Texans or a.
I'm excited to see an R.J. Harvey breakout.
I mean, you saw it last year in the wild card, right? They just ran 5 yards a carry. You know, this is a very good pass rush, right? Josh Allen can escape that and create plays on his own. You know, he's obviously a veteran. I think also coming out of the bye, you know, they had that shootout with the Commanders, and since then the defense since the bye just has not been as good, right? Teams have figured out, hey, if you want to succeed against, you just run the ball and throw quick. Don't hold on to the ball, right? Don't target Pat Surtain, target Riley Moss and McMillan, other sides of the field, wherever Pat Surtain is not, and then also middle of the field too. Because Singleton sucks in coverage. I'm gonna let you know that right now. All right. Boo hoo, sad. Okay, it's a great story. He got over testicular cancer. Okay, all right, and I think he's good in the run game, right? But let it be said, I think I'd have a better shot in coverage. All right, he's the reason. I think he's the reason they lost the first 2 games early in the season against the Colts and Chargers in the first place. I mean, he led up about 100 yards receiving. He was on my nerves, right? But
and you got Riley Moss on the other side too.
it's not a good
secondary
matchup, I'll tell you on. And obviously, I'll still have to go with the Broncos to win and pull it out. It just is like the last thing I wanted as a Bronco fan was the Bills, right? Because they took off a hot Jaguars team on the road. Now they're coming to Denver, who isn't playing as good as they were at the start of the season. Now, when they have to throw it, Bo Nix has shown that he can throw it. So we'll see. I'm just also worried, too, that, you know, the Bills, that secondary, they clamped up Jacksonville, right? Mm-hmm. And this Broncos receiving room is stiff as a board, dude. Like, they need to get a weapon. Because hey, I love Sutton. All right, I think he's a fringe wide receiver 1. If honestly, for my ideal team, he's the wide receiver 2. Right? Mm-hmm. It's just like the way the playbook is set up. They don't go to him. That like he's not the first look. They don't go to him as often as I think they should. And then 2 this year, the past 2 years, honestly, he's had a problem with catching the ball, like his drop rate. Mm-hmm. And you know they're second in the league in drops. I think it's like first since like week 3. I'm nervous. All right, I'm gonna be honest. I'm nervous, dude. I don't know if this receiving core can do anything. Don't even get me started on Ingram. He drops at least 3 drag routes every week.
His government mandated drops.
I mean, I will say, looking at next year, they got to get. I know Pickens is a free agent. Pitts is a free agent. They got to get someone like a weapon.
AJ Brown too.
I don't know this game. And also too based on last year, they had Dobbins, so the run game was better, but he's not in this game. It's with Harvey, run game's not any better. Mm-hmm. So
I think McLaughlin's gonna surprise some people this game, man.
If they give him carries, if they give him carries,
if they give him carries, right? I think
Harvey has to work on that in the offseason. Because I don't know. It's they're making it really hard for me to pick my own team. I'm gonna be honest.
I was gonna say, man, you're kind of reluctant.
Yeah, they're at home. New Year, I guess I got to pick them. But if not, I mean, I have the Bills win the Super Bowl. If not,
hey, let's go, ball knower.
I have the winner of this game winning the Super Bowl.
I agree with that completely, Ben. I do. I don't think there's any other team here that can match up with
and also
these
too,
two teams.
I was kind of thinking, for some reason in my head, I think looking for the Patriots-Texans game. One team, I kind of have like if one team wins the Broncos-Bills game, a certain team is going to win the other one. Mm-hmm. I feel like if the Bills win, the Texans are going to win. For some reason, something's speaking to me inside. If the Bills win, Texans will win. If the Patriots win, the Broncos will win. Because I think the NFL yearns for a Patriots-Broncos AFC game, AFC chip. Because
you don't think they would want to go round 3 Bills-Patriots?
No, I think Texans had Josh Allen in the 7 depths of hell when they played him.
That's true.
So he needs. That's part of the story is getting his get back. And I think that honestly, it might be part of the script is that he takes down the best defense in the league in the chip, right?
I would love for that matchup to happen because we would actually be home for that game. And Josh Allen last time it was the 7 depths of hell, which was going to be my point with the Denver Broncos because you guys have a pretty similar pass rush, very very good, and Josh Allen is just not good against a pass rush. I mean, I'm sure they've kind of schemed it out to where he can be better, but he typically does not. If he can't throw the ball, which, like you said, on the opposite side of probably the best corner in the league, you kind of got nobody. But I mean, if you guys can control that, I honestly, it is weird, but I am going to pick the Broncos to win this game.
Okay.
I think the elevation.
Right.
I love Josh Allen. I hate going against him because what I saw last week, just the last minute QB sneak that he had, I was like, holy shit, this guy is. He does not want to lose and he can't lose. But I just don't think against a really good defense, especially because you guys have an offense. I mean, I think your guys' offense is incredible for the Broncos. If you can outscore him and keep him kind of in a cage, I think that's not an easy win. I was going to say an easy win. It's not going to be an easy win, but I think it is a win for the Broncos.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, just because the matchup is looking pretty much the same, like like how both teams are. Broncos no run game, great pass rush, and it was a blowout. I know they were at home. It's also a new year, new different feel. Like they were losing small last year, now they're winning small. And I do, yeah, I like it. Thank you for saying. I think the offense is better than what stats say.
Yeah.
Sean Payton is when he gets a lead, all right, because he's the guy. He's not a Campbell or a. I mean, who else goes for the blowouts? He gets a lead. He gets a lead. He's like, I don't care if I win by 1 or if I win by 30, dude. I
just keep the lead.
Your spread.
Talk about they always bring up all the games against weak teams where they barely win, and then I watched every game this year, right? And you know what sucks, Brett? I'm working both basketball games on Saturday, so I will not see the game.
Oh no shit, man! I'm sorry, dude.
I work too on Sunday, so I'm missing the Texans game. I am heartbroken.
I just gotta hope that they make it past. I can see him in the chip because I'm genuinely upset. But hey, man, it is what it is. But when they get a lead, he goes, "Hey, here's a dive, a swing, a screen." No, he trusts the defense to get the job done. And you've seen games when they actually have shootouts. When they played the Colts. When the Colts were good, right? When they played the Colts, the Chargers always give them a hard time. And they lost on those last-second field goals. They played the Packers. You saw that. That was his best game of maybe his career. I will say, when they played the Falcons last year, I know it's the Falcons, but he was on another level. But other than that was the top game of his career. I think he honestly did well against when they played the Jaguars. It's just a couple things didn't go their way, and the Jaguars were really hot. I think the offense is better than what people give it credit for, and just honestly, I'm thinking the opposite. I don't think this defense coming since the bye hasn't been good than what the media gives it credit for.
Yeah,
like
defense is
they
incredible.
were saying. I remember I saw a post on Twitter, and it was like, which of these 3 defenses left are the best in the league? And it was Seahawks, Texans, or Broncos. I was like, right now the Broncos aren't even on the same level as the Seahawks and Texans, just since the bye week, from what I've seen. Teams have, Vance Joseph going to have to get in his bag and bring up something, because if not, I think the Bills are just going to run the ball, and they're going to go after the middle of the field, and they're going to go after Riley Moss. So
I was going to say you have such a good corner in Surtain on one side, and then such a big gap between your number 2. And that's not saying that Riley Moss is a bad player. He's not, but
and don't get it wrong.
That's who you're going to be targeting.
Don't get it wrong. I think Riley Moss might be the best. I mean, he might be one of the worst good corners. He's good. I've watched it. He has a problem with the flags a little bit. Some of them, I think, half of them, a little iffy. But that's the league, right? It just happens. It's just he gets targeted so much, I think. I mean, he's not terrible. It's just, and then also too, like, if he's playing 9 yards off and guys want to run a 4-yard speed out, go ahead, right?
Right.
And it's just,
it's a free yards there.
Yeah, I remember with that Jaguars game, he just had an issue making some tackles. Made his stats look way worse. Like,
you always feel bad for the number 2 cornerback when you have one of the best in the league. You're like, that guy. The game rests on his shoulders.
Don't get it twisted. The best. All right, we had a guy in our group chat talking Stingley's the best corner. Don't worry, I love Stingley. I'd pick him. Hey, if I'm making a team, he's my number 2. He's not
Oh
better
yeah.
than Sertan. Don't get it twisted. I saw Sutton cook him for a TD. I saw him get cooked by Pierce. I saw him get cooked by multiple receivers this year. I'm surprised he was even. No, I'm not surprised he was first team, but which is interesting to me because I love Sutton and I love him, and I'd be hating on him because I hold him to a higher standard and he be dropping so many passes. And then look at all the best corners in the league and he cooks them. And so I'm like, yo, why can't we do this against everyone? Right?
There's something to be said too.
You can be at 13. He really could be a 1,300 yard plus guy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He cooked Quinyon Mitchell. He cooked Stingley. We don't gotta get into that, but right.
There's something to be said. The Broncos have let the least amount of touchdowns this year at 29. Second best is the Seahawks at 31, and the Vikings and Texans. So you got a pretty good
what was that?
I
list.
will not
what
let
was that?
Terry McLaurin fans have that touchdown on him. All right, that was a obvious pick play, and Terry it should have been a flag.
Yeah.
Right? No touchdowns allowed this year by Sertan yet
Yeah,
again.
to end the year too. Like, come on, it's what can we
Don't
really
don't get
count?
it twisted. Scary Terry fans, dude. He did not score on him.
Yeah, don't let Isaac get in your head, man. He's getting in you. All right, so Ben, you said you did pick the Bills. Does that change at all? Are you gonna ride with your team, or are you gonna stick with the Bills?
Oh no, I said I'm going with the Broncos. They just
Oh,
made
you're
me
going with the
nervous.
Broncos. My apologies. Okay.
They just making it hard for me to pick them. Right? The matchup doesn't look favorable, but I gotta. You know what? Other ones haven't looked favorable. They still pulled them out. So
The game genuinely, it's on Josh Allen if he wants to win. That's the only scary thing, which it's hard to go against him. But I think when you have a whole team of great players, Josh Allen can't do it every week.
History just
especially-
shows too that defense prevails, like
Yeah.
deep in these playoffs. And I mean, as long as you have like somewhat of a functioning offense, like you're gonna be okay. Like your
Yeah.
defense will carry you to a Super Bowl, as we saw with the Seahawks.
And
about
literally
a
the
decade ago.
Texans. The Texans defense scored. They have scored in playoff history as many touchdowns as C.J. Stroud has in the playoffs.
Something to be said about that, man. It's insane. That's awesome.
Oh yeah,
right, well-
it's awesome.
Do you who do you pick, Mason?
I'm gonna go Broncos. I got some family members that are Broncos fans. I don't really care. I would like it to be the Bills because then Houston gets a home game if we beat the Patriots. So I mean, but no, I'm going Broncos just based on who I think is better.
I think Cameron picked the Bills. I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and listen to what we recorded last night, but yeah, I'm obviously going to go with the Bills here. Like I said, they are my Super Bowl pick. I just think Josh Allen, like, it doesn't matter who's in front of him. It's just when he hits that level in the playoffs, there's nobody that can stop him. And there's not like a Pat Mahomes in his way this year that I think is going to derail him potentially. We can maybe get into like Drake May eventually, if they beat the Texans, we'll get to that. But I don't know. I just think the difference maker in this game is Josh Allen, and that was the difference against the Jaguars, and I think it'll be the same story today or on Saturday. But let's get to this next game. Ben, I kind of have the same issue here. 49ers Seahawks. Let's see what the odds are. Seahawks are the 7-point favorite at -7. They are the overwhelming favorite in this game. Not shocking. At home, number one team in the NFC. You got a decrepit 49ers team that is just getting by the skin of their teeth with these
No
games.
Kittle now too.
And no Kittle now. Yep. And so that's going to make a difference. You do have Trent Williams back, and I think that makes all the difference for this offense, no matter what they're trying to do, because Trent Williams just makes a difference anywhere he goes. That being said, I picked against the 49ers last week, and it blew up in my face. I would be remiss to not pick them this week, but man, I don't want to. I do not want to. Like, I just think the Seahawks are just so good. And I think it's the same. Like, if they get a lead on this Niners, if this game starts off, Seahawks get the ball up 7-0, they're not letting go of that lead. They love to suffocate their opponents with good defense, casual offense. They're gonna run the ball down your throat. They're gonna wear down that clock. It's just gonna be hard for the Niners that if they don't respond fast on offense, it's if they have to play catch up, it's over. And I think Seattle could take a big lead in this game to start off, and I don't think they're going to let go of it. And that's nothing against the 49ers. I just think Seattle is just that good, and I think it's been a good run, though. Like I said, it's hard for me to sit here and say that, like, and not pick my own team. But I can't realistically sit here and tell you that like I'm confident going into this game tomorrow. Like, how can I be? With all the injuries they've had, obviously we've made it as far as we have. Great. No one expected this. No one expected this, and no one expected Brock Purdy to be as good as he was from Week 11 on. So that all being said, I will still pick the Seahawks just because like I don't want to hype myself up and just to be severely let down tomorrow. So that's my piece with that. If they win this game though, I will keep fading them because obviously that's working. So I don't know, and maybe there's some motivation too with wanting to play the Super Bowl, at home. So maybe there's something to that. I don't know, but obviously you got to get through Seattle to make that happen, and then you would possibly have to get through either the Rams or the Bears, and I just don't know if they're good enough to overcome any of those teams. So I will pick Seattle. Ben, what are your thoughts, man?
You got more, or I got more trust in your team than you do.
Me
Yes.
too. Last week I was
Yes.
I'm
like,
going 49ers.
Okay.
I think I think they said Sam Darnold is questionable, but
I did see
even if
that,
he does play, I don't think he's a playoff performer. You saw with the Vikings.
yep.
You know, I'm going 49ers. They're able to win games, no matter the injuries. They're where they are now, even with all those injuries. Like you said, Trent Williams coming back. Purdy's been balling, and I used to be a Purdy hater. You know,
Yeah, the Purdy haters are furious right now.
right? But now what Purdy used to be is what allegations Bo Nix got. So, hey man,
That's true. Yeah.
I'm going 49ers. I think they beat, even with no Kittle, they still get the ball to Tonjes.
Yeah, Tonjes is awesome.
Yeah,
They still got
I'm-
McCaffrey. They got Juwan Jennings playing his best
I
football.
got a feeling I say 49ers win by multiple possessions.
Okay.
That's what I got.
Skills, man.
Unless it's a 10-7 game, right? Unless all the defense is insane, right? But
Which I think
got
that's
49ers
what it's
winning.
going to be. I really think this is going to be a defensive suffocation. But yeah, but you kind of got me excited about that, man. You nudged me a little bit towards the Niners, but still
And if
not
Darnold
cracking
doesn't
up.
play, Drew Lock, hey, I loved Drew Lock. All right, he was fun
Bronco
to watch.
legend.
He wasn't good. He wasn't good, but he was fun to watch. Okay, not as fun as Knicks now, right? And don't get it twisted. I've seen there's like TikToks and Twitter like Drew Lock. Where we're at right now. I wanted it to be you. It's like even with the
Should've
same
been
team,
you,
we
King.
would not.
It
We
should've
would be
been
sub
you.
500, dude. I'm telling you right now. Drew Lock he's not getting it done. And I hate to say it. It hurts me honestly to say it. If
I just
Sam
can't
Darnold
believe-
doesn't play, so regardless of if Sam Darnold plays or not, I got 49ers.
Do you think there's a chance of that though? That like he doesn't play? Like it seems weird to me that like obviously the injury is severe enough that they're thinking about it, but is there really a chance that he doesn't play?
Probably not. I just saw questionable, so I don't know. So
I saw that too. Yeah, I think that's more of a smokescreen than anything. But again, I don't know the severity of the injury too. I didn't even know he was injured till I think I saw it yesterday. So very interesting. Mason, what about you, man? What do you think about it?
I still think. Don't get me wrong. I still think Brock Purdy's ass. I'm just gonna start by saying that. But I don't think I think the Seahawks offense is the most volatile. It's basically like trying to create an atomic bomb in your garage. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, so it'd probably explode. And I think at some point they don't know what they're doing, and I think their offense is ready to explode and become nothingness. Their run game is good, but JSN's kind of like their only weapon, and you have Sam Darnold throwing it to him. I don't believe in Sam Darnold. I do believe in their defense. I think unless they can pitch a shutout, I think this game ends very low scoring. Who's got the better kicker, by chance? Does
I would
anyone
say
know?
probably Eddie Pinheiro, probably
Well,
for the Niners.
Well, good.
No, Myers
good.
is good too.
I
Myers is good.
They're both
That
good,
is true.
man.
They're
uh,
both good. Both good kickers.
Well, shit. No, I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, but I'm going to pick the 49ers again. I was right last week. I'm going to go with them again. I just don't see that Seattle... not saying that the 49ers defense is great, but I think the Seattle's offense is ass. So,
Okay.
That's
So
how
I'm
I'm,
interested.
that's how I'm
I'm
picking them.
interested to see how this game goes. Saturday at 7 o'clock on Fox. Very excited to see. Excited to see how that goes. Again, I might be a different man on Monday. We'll see. We'll see. But let's get into Sunday's games. Good preview there for Saturday, boys. Texans Patriots at 2 o'clock. Gillette Stadium, high of 36 degrees. I believe the Patriots are the favorite. They are. They're the 3-point favorite going in. Mason, I know you like to hear that, man. People have been downing the Texans all year.
Yes.
Seems like they've been the outlier anytime someone says, well, when this happens, they lose. When this happens, they lose. But this year, it's been different. They've kind of broken the mold. Like last week with Mike Tomlin, he doesn't lose at home on Monday night. Texans roll in there and basically retired him.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say maybe not retired, but he lost his job. So and the Texans put an end to that. And I don't know. I just think that defense is so good that this is probably the hardest game that we've had to pick this week, just because it really is a coin toss. I really don't know. I think if the Patriots can score at least 20 points, they'll beat the Texans, just based on how bad the Texans' offense is and how little I trust, how they've been playing the past few weeks. But again, man, this defense just suffocates you.
Yeah, it's
and I don't
almost
know,
impossible to score that many points against this defense.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they're going to be able to score that many points. But I don't know, man. I think what it comes down to here for me is like the weather. I know like the Texans aren't necessarily the best in the cold weather. I just don't think that's going to matter. They've been the outlier every single time. They've been doubted all year. They started 0-3. No team makes the playoffs after 0-3. Here we are, 12-5, almost won the division. Oh, they don't play well in the cold. Well, they just went to Pittsburgh last week, ate their lunch. I just think a lot of people are finding a reason to doubt the Texans, and I'm not going to stand for it. I will pick the Texans in this game. They're going to make their first AFC Championship game. Very excited that you guys are going to get late January football, hopefully. This was, like I said, this is a very hard pick for me. I think the Patriots are a threat, and they will be for years to come. I just think that this Texans defense is too good to let that happen, though. So I will take the Texans.
I love it.
Yeah. Mason, I'll let you go ahead and take the floor since it's your team, this one, and then we'll throw it to Ben.
So the whole cold weather thing, I think, has now been debunked. I know C.J. Stroud doesn't really perform well in the cold, but it didn't matter last week. I hate to rely on a defense again to perform like that, but I think in this defense I can put all my eggs in that basket and not really care, because I know at the end of the day they're going to have my back. I know they got me. There is plenty of reasons to doubt the Texans. I mean, majority of the reason being just the offense.
And no Nico, right? No Nico this week?
I don't think there is Nico, which that is scary.
That might change it a little bit for me. But again, I'm not going to crack.
Yeah, they've gotten it done without Nico. I hate that they've had to do that, but I mean, they've won some really tough games without Nico Collins. So I don't think it's end-all, be-all. Our offense doesn't correctly utilize him anyway. In a game like this, Christian Gonzalez is just going to be shadowing him. So it's almost like I'd rather the ball not be thrown his way anyway. I do think the offense, because C.J. Stroud always has one good game in the playoffs. He had a terrible game last game, so maybe this is his good game. I hope that if he does have a good game and we win this game, I hope this game is terrible, because I'd prefer it for the AFC Championship game. Drake May, if you look at their stats this year, they've won a lot of games, but they have not really played an incredible defense. I think they've gotten away with kind of just, I don't want to say an easy run at the playoffs, but if you look at their schedule, the only defense that they lost to...
It is a historically weak schedule.
Yeah,
I will give you that.
They had the second, right, statistically, the second easiest schedule.
Yeah, it is like top 5 statistically the easiest schedule, I think, in NFL history.
Yeah. And I mean, they lost to the Steelers. We just beat the shit out of them.
At Foxborough too, they lost that game, and they lost to Vegas.
The only thing is, it's just going to rely on the defense, which, like I said, I can trust. I did like Woody Marks' performance. He had the best running back performance in the NFL. the playoffs last week. I do think he can get that done again. I trust in Woody. I think Drake May's going to be running for his life. I think our pass rush and the way that this defense is ran is just, it's going to put a lot of pressure on Drake May, which I know he's a great quarterback, but I think it's just going to force a lot of mistakes. And he's a playoff virgin. So, I mean, this is like his rookie year, basically, is what I'm chalking this up as, because, I mean, it's always different in the playoffs.
It basically is his rookie year.
It's always different in the playoffs. He gets a home advantage, but I don't think it's enough. I think the Texans take this one. It's going to be another low-scoring game. Well, then again, our defense might score 2 touchdowns for all I know. So,
and that might be the difference. You know?
Yeah. At the end of the day, we can at least kick field goals with Kaimi, and our defense can hold the team to 14 points or less. So I think it's going to be. I think this one's going to be easy for the Texans. I do like the Patriots a lot. I have nothing wrong to say about them. I love Mike Vrabel. I like Drake May. I like Stephon Diggs. But I just don't. I think it's too early in Drake May's career to go out and beat the number 1 defense.
Ben, what do you got to say?
In the words of Devontae Adams, he ain't got it yet. He ain't got it yet. Texans are gonna put that man through hell, right? It's gonna make it really hard. And I think, being a Bronco fan, I should know defense prevails. You have the best defense in the league, you can win the Super Bowl no matter what the offense looks like, right? All right. I was just thinking, I think the Texans will have a better offensive day. I think the Steelers are, better defense than the Patriots. I might be wrong on that, but that's what I think. I think Texans will have a better day. I think Stroud will show up at least for what the bare minimum of what he needs to do. And the Texans defense is way too good. So
D coordinator is going to get some head coach offers this offseason.
He is, yeah.
Like, no way, does Drake May get it done? No, I'm going Texans. I'm going Texans.
Matt Burke, the defensive coordinator, already plenty of teams have requested to interview him for head coach. So that is a real blow to my heart. But
who was the underdog technically? Texans, right?
Yeah,
Texans are the underdog. Yeah, they're the I think -3. Patriots -3, so they are the favorite.
Yeah. No, I like it because every time, especially in the playoffs when they're doubted, they usually show up.
I think not having Nico is the difference there. I mean, obviously he doesn't cover for all 3 of those points, but that's your number 1 offensive weapon and has been all year. So that's a tough guy to lose. But like you said, you both said it. You said it well. Defense prevails, and he ain't got it yet. So we'll see. Another game I'm really excited for Sunday at 2:00.
Oh, this game is going to be amazing. This is the first one that it's not one of our teams too.
Yeah, I know. So ending out the weekend, we got Rams-Bears at Soldier Field in Chicago. High of 19 degrees. The wind is going to be a monster in this game. And I do think weather matters in this game. I don't think it mattered so much in the other games where it's not going to be as cold. It's going to matter here. I read something that Kevin Byard. He was talking about Ben Johnson. They turned off all the heaters in the facility, and they're making them practice and do everything in the cold. And at first he was thinking like, well, what the heck is this all about? Like, it's freezing, we're miserable. But then it's kind of like a chess move a little bit, where it's okay. Well, maybe he was preparing us for something much bigger than just being cold, watching film, or being cold, lifting weights, or getting dressed. There's just a little more nuance to it than that. I think Ben Johnson just has that mind where he's thinking, if you think you're 10 steps ahead, Ben Johnson's already 10 more steps ahead of you. I just think he's that good of a coach. He's not
awesome.
He's not in that McVay coaching tree, which I think there's like a little bit of bad blood between them because, he does have that beef with Matt LaFleur. And as we know, Matt LaFleur comes from the McVay coaching tree. So I think there's like a little bit of a rivalry in there instead too as well. The Rams' number 1 offense, obviously, coming into the playoffs, they made their statement last week against Carolina, going into Carolina and beating them just barely. But, man, I just think this Bears team is too good. I think what we've thought about the Bears in the past is now this is a new Bears team. Ben Johnson is a game changer. Caleb Williams is proving he's one of the best young quarterbacks in the league, if not the best young quarterback in the league, just by how well he can make plays. I mean, Ben, I wanted to hear your thoughts on that throw to Roma Dunze on that 4th and 8, where he basically just threw it off feet, like kind of just heaved it in there and just threw an absolute dot in triple coverage to Roma Dunze. I love that, but I want to hear what you think, man. I think the Bears pull away in this one. I think they're going to make the NFC Championship game. I don't know if they beat the Niners or the Seahawks, but it's been a fun ride for the Bears, and I'm excited for this game. But I'll pick Bears.
I fucking hate Sean McVay, so I'm going the Bears, dude.
The Bears.
They get it done. All right, and they really remind me offensively of the Broncos, right? Bo Nix and Caleb Williams, what they do best is when it's hectic, and they make it real stressful, right? Because you're like, okay, well, season's over. I can forget about it for the next. That boy's gone.
Sorry.
You can forget about it until next season. The season's over, and you're like, oh my goodness, I got to do this another week. You know, the stress levels is insane. I'm going to Bears.
I like the Bears. Mason, what about you, Ben? Oh, sorry, Ben. Go ahead. You're going on. Go ahead.
I'll say the only worries is that Rams defense, right? Mm-hmm. But nah, I'm still going. They pull it out their ass every week, so.
I have no reason to think they can't do it again,
team,
right?
So honestly, they're just like my team, so they just do it a slightly different way. So I gotta go them, dude. Honestly, I might pick Bears all the way to the bowl, dude.
Damn.
I kind of think that too, man. I do because
if they win this game, it's kind of there's a way higher chance.
While I'm on here, Broncos Bears Super Bowl. That's like a battle of like, hey, who wants to score first? Because I don't want to be the first one to score. Yeah, right. Like who wants to go into the fourth quarter ahead?
You take it. No, you take it. No, you take it.
No, I don't want to. Yeah. So honestly, if we got a Bears Broncos Super Bowl, the media wants you to think it would suck. All right. And
it might.
Those media, right?
They might be
the
right.
Media and people who just hate the Broncos, the worst 1C of all time, or something like that. Shut up. No, right? One, just false, right? Not even the worst in the past. Like, I think the 2022 Vikings and 21 Titans were way worse. Don't even get me started on that. So, Bears Broncos Bowl would be cinema. Trust.
Yeah, I think any of these teams facing off against each other is going to be awesome. We don't have the repeat faces of the Eagles, Chiefs.
Holy shit, it's weird.
I love a new crop, man. And
looking at this lineup is weird.
I know, as we're getting into like the last few weeks of football, it's like these are the teams that are left.
There's only two teams that feel like they should be there. The Rams and Bills are the only two teams that I see that I'm like, oh wait, this makes sense. Everyone else, I'm like, what the fuck? How did this happen?
Yeah, and especially if you ask me like week 4 of the NFL season when the Texans were 0-3. I think I was telling you, Mason, like it's over.
Yeah, we definitely. I think we deserve to be here the least. But
no, but you've been the best defense, so it's gotten you this far, and it's going to continue to do. Yeah, it's going to continue to hopefully do that for you. Do you guys got anything else on this slate this weekend?
Whoa, I got to pick I got my Rams.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Come on.
I have some fun. I have a fun little fact for you after you're done. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go Rams. I think the Bears, they barely beat the Packers without Micah Parsons, which is a huge factor in itself. I know the Rams barely beat the Carolina Panthers, but they could have just been saving up some battery. Not to say that I have not been impressed with Caleb Williams all year. It's been all year. Just like, whoa, what the fuck? How did he do that? So he's been very impressive. I think the Rams defense is top 5 this season. I think they're great. So that's going to be something that Caleb Williams will have to overcome. And seeing him barely overcome the Packers defense, like I said, without Micah Parsons, is kind of worrisome. I do still think it's going to be a great game for him. But I mean, the vet Matthew Stafford. I love Matthew Stafford. I think he's one of the best in the league still, and has been for a while.
He's going to be the MVP.
Yeah. I don't know. Does he have Devontae Adams is fine, right?
Yeah, he
came back. So they got Puka Nacua, Devontae Williams, All right, Devontae Adams. They
Still
got
got Kyren
Kyron
Williams,
Williams. Their offense is very powerful, and I think their defense is powerful as well. They're just a well-rounded team, and I think that's hard to overcome, especially I would consider this Caleb Williams is like nut up or shut up game. Because yeah, he won his first playoff game, but this is kind of just the real test in my eyes. Because I had zero faith in the Packers last week, so they're just eh. But yeah, no, this is going to be a good game. I'm picking Rams though, just based on Matthew Stafford being the GOAT and their defense being good.
Did I pick every underdog per Vegas standards?
I think so. Yeah, you did.
Shit.
Bet that Ben Cameron parlay, man. You're gonna be
You know what, I'm
talking
gonna
some
go copy
big
that
money.
real quick or something.
I love it.
So I probably missed on one. And honestly, the one I'm least confident about might be this Bears-Rams game because you never know just when that Rams offense can put up 30 and a half, right?
Yeah.
So
And they
I'll still go
do it
Bears
by their own
'cause
standards
out of
too.
spite for Sean McVay.
Yeah, I'm still gonna go with the Bears as well. I like Mason. You made a lot of good points. Ben, you said it as well. Their offense is just too good. Obviously number one in the league, but I don't know, man. The Bears just have this magic about them. I don't know if that magic is gone yet. So I'm excited to watch that game. 5:30.
Oh, I didn't even think about
Sunday.
the weather though. I
It's
mean,
gonna be
being from
freezing.
LA, going to 13 degrees, you said
It's
it
gonna
was.
be freezing. Yeah, 19 is the high. So I mean, and that's just the
Damn.
high. So by 5:30, it's gonna be even colder and probably windier.
Is it
you
a
know?
snow game?
Doesn't say snow. I just think
Okay.
it's gonna be really cold.
Iraq, baby. They're in for a rude awakening.
You come from that nice LA sun.
Hey, soft ass LA boys, they ain't got it like that in Chicago,
LA
bro.
soy boys, man. They're not ready for
that's
this.
why. Hey, that's why. Like people talking about home field. The Bills going to Denver. They're all right. It's Buffalo, right?
Yeah, the weather is not going to affect them.
Yeah.
It's
The elevation
Buffalo.
will though. The elevation is a different animal.
Soft ass LA boys ain't winning in Chirac. I'm making sure about that.
I wanted to bring up this really cool.
It's fucking funny. I'm making sure they're not winning in Chirac.
I'm guaranteeing they will not.
I'm making calls. I got connections.
I wanted to bring this up because I thought it was a really cool graph that I saw. I think there's been a lot of discourse the past few years about where you draft a quarterback, and I think there's been a lot of don't waste your first few picks on a quarterback. Don't stop reaching for these quarterbacks. Well, let me tell you, boys. As far as where are these quarterbacks remaining that have been drafted where they were? Stafford and Caleb first overall, CJ second, Sam Darnold third, Drake May third, Josh Allen seventh, Bo Nix 12th, and Brock Purdy is the outlier here. He was obviously Mr. Irrelevant, and like I said, kind of the outlier of this group. I think it's so important now more than ever, and that all teams should see this graph and be like, we need to reach for a guy that we think could be our, a franchise saver. Because look at this, you have all these guys, and Stafford I think is the only one not on his original team. Yeah, he is. So he's kind of an outlier as well. But again, it just shows
Sam
that
Darnold.
Sam Darnold too. Oh, you're right. I forgot Sam Darnold's been on 4 different teams. So
He's been tossed around like a sheep.
yeah,
You know
so
what?
But again, it just shows that maybe take the guy first overall, but then also give him time. Give him some time because these guys are all besides Bo and Caleb have been in the league 3+ years now. So they're solidified. They've been given their chance, and obviously they've gotten this far with them. So kind of an interesting stat I wanted to throw out there. I really think the discourse around the draft is always stop reaching for these quarterbacks when it seems to work out for them. It does. It seems to work out. I know a lot of people in Denver, Ben, weren't really necessarily excited about the Bo Nix pick when it happened, but how has that changed now?
I was concerned. I wasn't how Knicks fans when Porzingis got drafted, right?
Who the fuck is David Bingus?
It's big.
I was like, oh man, the guy they call Bo Picks. Oh, this will be interesting. Let's see. That's how I was I was okay, and he's so fun to watch. And I don't let people tell me he's terrible. All right, because I've seen terrible quarterbacks. I just watched 10 years of them. But shout out Trevor Siemian. I don't think you were not bad. All right, I just think wrong time. All right,
Right,
shout
right,
out
wrong
shout out
place.
Trevor Simeon, but Bo Nix watching him. I mean, he makes me nervous, and he clearly has the potential to be up there, and then then sometimes he is but.
Everyone has those games though.
Yeah, shout out Brock Purdy. I was a hater. I think, being on the 49ers helps, right, with that offense
Yeah,
that he's
of
got.
course.
But then
Yeah.
also, too, like, I mean, before Texas went to the SEC, I was like, there's no way this guy. And then, his first couple of years is just how a young quarterback goes and what he's blossomed into. Shout out to him because I'm going through it the same thing right now. Like
Shout out to him.
QB, with my quarterback getting hated on, you know?
Yeah. Well, we love that, man.
It's
Well,
frustrating.
Ben,
I got dudes I got fake ass sites like PFF's trying to tell me he's worse than Jake Browning or something, bro.
no
Like,
way.
shut up.
That's some crap.
Shut
man.
up.
That's
That's
the word I hate, dude. PFF.
Guys. Guys, don't you know Derek Stingley is like the 40th best corner by our grade?
Yeah,
That should tell you
I saw
everything
that,
you
yeah.
need to know.
Yeah.
That should tell you
crazy,
everything you
man.
need to know.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. Oh my god.
No, I love that. That was the best thing to come out on Twitter. Was that grade where they ranked him 41st or whatever it was? It's like,
Yeah.
okay,
Like,
okay.
Those advanced metrics get kind of off the rails a
They're
little bit.
so stupid.
I think
Like
they go a
you're
little
telling,
far.
because I remember when it got to like half the season through, and they're still like by their grade. It's like, oh, who was it? I think it was Geno Smith is still a top 10 quarterback or something. I'm like, no,
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
fuck you.
just
You're
watch
not-
him.
You're trying
Just
to
look
you're
at
trying
him
to
for a
tell me-
second.
You're trying to tell me Bo Nix is freaking the 34th best quarterback halfway through the season or something like that. Like I
Yeah,
don't
that's
believe you, dude. It's
insane.
not-
No, you
No.
gotta update that weekly.
Yeah.
I don't know. No, I just think PFF
No, you have to get
sucks.
rid of it. You have to get
PFF
rid
They
of
don't
it.
does
because they don't respect playmakers, bro. If you're not a system QB, they don't respect that.
Or if you're not
Right.
lighting it up
They
like
don't-
in the
They
box
don't
score.
like you rolling out sideline one-legged throw down the sideline, dropping that shit into a bucket. They don't respect that shit. All right. So
They're not
Caleb
watching
Williams,
these games,
Bo
all right?
Nix, you don't get no love, dude.
Hey,
agree,
Geno
man.
Smith though, top 10. I'll tell you what.
Yeah. Don't worry, we
Because
got
they
Geno
still,
Smith.
they still had like Sam Darnold per their grade was like the best quarterback. That's a terrible ass system, like you said. That shit's just a fucking. I take
Very
this
flawed.
award. We'll just do it,
Yeah.
dude.
I didn't realize how many interceptions Sam Darnold had too this year. 14 interceptions. That's
dude,
way too many.
I wish Bo Nix had someone to just say, fuck it. JSN is running downfield somewhere. Just throw that bitch up. And he's got it right over the top. And I will say, I'm not saying Sam Darnold's terrible, but best QB in the league?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Come
no,
on.
that's
Well,
way
and you
too
think about
far.
the last receivers that he's thrown to. He had Justin Jefferson in Minnesota, and then he had JSN now.
Jordan
I mean, they're
Addison as well,
They're like
JSN.
They're like two of the best receivers in the league, and he just somehow lucks out and gets on these two teams and just makes him look like a superstar.
And two really good coaches too.
Yeah.
Kevin O'Connell and Mike
Yeah.
McDonald.
Yep.
You just fell into their lap, man, and
Yeah.
they made
what
it
a
work.
lucky quarterback that guy is. I mean, it's insane.
Alrighty. Well, let's go and wrap it up. Ben, I wanted to congratulate you real quick, man. I saw that you're in the assistant director chat with KTSW now, as am I.
Yep.
We were both named assistant directors for the upcoming spring semester. So I'm really excited about that. Ben, what is your department that you're overlooking? Broadcasting, I'm assuming.
Yeah, AD for broadcasting, right?
That's awesome,
so,
man.
I was making my slides. If you got any problems broadcasting, come to me.
Yep, I'm doing mine today, so I'm really excited. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of fun stuff at KTSW. Ben, please plug anything that you got coming up too. I want to see where I can listen to you.
No, I'm just baseball games coming up. Texas State. I won't say how I think they are, just in case I don't know if the university sees us if I get in trouble or something like that. Let's hope I'm hoping they finish. I'm hoping they finish above 500. Hopefully they end the trend of all these teams leaving when their final season leaving the Sun Belt, of them being not so good, not exceeding expectations or even maybe living up to expectations. So maybe they change that. I have high hopes for softball. I'll tell that. And then
we are a softball
just
school.
tune
Indeed.
in KTSW, listen to some games if I'm on them. They got some big games against Texas this year. Texas A&M, UTSA, who's a great baseball program. I will say, respect to UTSA, although I'm supposed to hate on them. And Yeah, and then I don't know if I'm on this show again to the summer. I'll be in Alaska in the summer for for some baseball. So yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, Ben's going to be broadcasting. Is it it's minor league, right, or is it like semi-pro baseball?
Yeah,
Collegiate ball. Yeah. So
Nice.
Ben's going to be broadcasting for collegiate ball in Alaska this summer.
Yeah,
Caden's going to be joining you as well
nice.
too, correct?
Yeah, me and Caden, we gonna be out there.
That's going to be awesome, man. I'm glad you have someone going with you as well, so you have at least somebody there with you. That's going to be awesome, man. Alaska, I'm so jealous of you. So congratulations, Ben, again, to you on all your success. We're been happy to have met you, man, at KTSW. Everyone there has been awesome. So, and
Are you
again,
doing? I mean, I don't know what you'll do after Texas State once you graduate, but
I have no idea, man. I'm still figuring out myself.
Geography, maybe, or something.
I hope so.
I don't know
Whatever I fall into,
I'm
man.
sure you're good at it.
Yeah, I'll be happy with whatever I fall into. I'm just along for the ride and kind of seeing where it takes me, because I'm not really sure exactly what I want to do yet. So,
Drug dealing.
I
See in your future.
It might be, yeah. The way this hair is going,
Professional
man.
drug dealer.
Yeah, yeah. I kind of look like the drug dealer that like post up at the high school.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you look
and
like you like the crazy shit too. Like you're
like I'm
this is
putting
like
fent and all this stuff.
this is some rare shit from like the Philippines. Like you're that kind of guy.
Just got back from Argentina. I brought this shit back.
Yeah. This shit will blow your mind. Trust me.
Well, that'll do it, everyone, for this segment. Stay on. We're going to have Cameron on talking hoops next, but that'll do it for football for now. Boys, again, thank you. Ben, thank you for hopping on, man. A man of my word again.
Thank
Happy
you,
to have you on.
Ben.
You're a good ball talker, too. You're more of an X's and O's guy than me and Mason are, so it's good to kind of get in there and hear like a little bit of the nitty-gritty breakdown. So, again, thank you, Ben, for coming on. Always a pleasure. Good luck this weekend, even though I don't necessarily think it's going to go well, but I'll be happy either way for you. Because either you're going to be right with the Bills or your team's going to win. So it's a win-win for you. That'll do it now. We'll throw it to basketball with me and Cameron on the other side.
Fuck
Again,
the
thank you,
Dodgers.
boys. Yeah, fuck the Dodgers. Fuck the Dodgers for real. Oh my goodness,
And I can't
240
even get
mil.
mad at Tucker because I love Tucker so
Yeah,
much.
man, you can't get mad at these
60 mil.
players, man, for
I
taking the
started a
money.
whole. I opened another can of worms.
Yeah. You can't get mad
I
at these
can't-
players.
Sorry, it's 60 mil. I can't hate on him. All right, I'm out.
I would do the same exact thing. No, you're 100% right. All right, we're going to talk hoops on the other side. Thank you, boys. Second half of the show, hoops talk here. We're recording at different times. Just kind of worked out with the scheduling this week. I really wanted to get an episode this week with, obviously the NFL playoffs, and I wanted to give Cameron his time with basketball. So we haven't yet at this time behind the curtain. We haven't yet recorded the football in. That'll be tomorrow morning. Cameron will be at his big boy job. Me and Mason will be bumming around talking football with Ben. I'm sure you've already listened to that part. It was great. I just know it.
Mason was very insightful.
I can't believe Mason said that though. That slur.
To Ben, that was crazy.
Yeah. Man, just on air like that, man. He said cancel this and then just said it. Couldn't believe it. But
the 30-minute Charlie Kirk remembrance speech was pretty impressive. I thought
It was. It's crazy that he remembered it all too. Like he had like he had been reciting it to himself. But it's good to see you, Cameron. I'm happy to talk hoops with you. I'm happy to give you the time to talk hoops because, as we were saying before we crack the mics, it gets tough at the end of these episodes when we do like an hour of football talk, and then it's like our brains are so fried that the basketball maybe kind of lacks a little bit for me and Mason. But like I said, good to have you now, just you and I here, the hoop heads. Not our North Carolina Tar Heel Mason not joining us tonight, but that's all right. He's working a wedding right now. Like I said, you'll see him in the morning. But let's go ahead and get into it, man. I'll let you go and start. You have some trade deadline stuff that you want to get to, with today being a big day in the NBA.
Yeah, so apologies to Mason. UNC dropped a close game to Stanford last night. I know he's probably distraught about that.
Yeah, he's been talking about it all morning.
Yeah, he real big Tar Heel guy. Tough game, 95-90, which is kind of honestly an awesome college score. You don't see that too often.
That's awesome.
That's
and another
great.
freshman coming out too, man, making his name made. I don't know how to say it. Abuka Okori.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
If I had it phonetically written in front of me, I'd help you out there. I don't.
Yeah, no, you're good.
But yeah, so we'll jump in for all the hoop heads out there. January 15th is a big deal because it means that if you were extended over the summer, you are now eligible to be traded. So if you're a sicko like me and you're doing all these trade machine shenanigans, you'd notice at the bottom of your screen it'd say, this trade technically doesn't work because Jonathan Kuminga's not able to be traded yet. And I was like, well, get this guy off my team. Now I can, and everything looks nice. So we'll run through Kuminga and my thoughts on the Warriors. It's not going to be pretty. You'll see me get genuinely agitated. There are a few things I have less patience for than stupidity. And God, the Warriors front office is stupid in spades. So we'll go Kuminga, we'll go Ja, we'll talk about AD, and then a couple other things around the league. So first off, Brett, have you followed the Jonathan Kuminga saga? What do you know about anything related to Mr. Kuminga?
I know he's from the Congo. Very cool. Democratic
Sick,
Republic of the Congo. He's 23. His current team is the Golden State Warriors. Wears number 1 power forward. I'm reading his Wikipedia overview.
So you're just reading off the Wikipedia page. Awesome.
No, but I do remember him getting drafted. I remember it kind of him being labeled as like not like next up, but like this is one of the young guys that's gonna maybe like we can pass the torch to for the future, and it kind of seems like obviously as a casual that it hasn't worked out that way. And as a Warriors fan, I'm sure you can absolutely tell me that that's the case.
Yeah, so that's a good place to start. Let's start at the beginning. Jonathan Kuminga was the 7th overall pick in the 2021 NBA draft. That draft featured at the top Cade Cunningham, Jalen Green, and Evan Mobley. Okay? So that's kind of the era we're looking at. We are kind of right off the bubble. College play had been suspended. So this draft was a little bit of a crapshoot. The first big twist in this draft was Scotty Barnes going above Jalen Suggs. Okay? Mm-hmm. Warriors have the 7th pick in this draft. The Warriors have the 7th pick in this draft because I believe it converted off of somebody else.
From Minnesota.
Yes, it was the Minnesota pick from the Andrew Wiggins,
that's right.
D'Angelo Russell trade. So the Warriors should not have had a pick this high. This is the year before they win the title, right? They won in 2022. So the idea with this pick was you wanted to get somebody who could contribute immediately to the Clay, Steph, Dre, Andre Iguodala, Kevon Looney sort of core, right? This is.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at this draft after pick 7.
I'm about to get there. Don't worry.
I'm so sorry. I was just like, oh my God, these names.
So the Warriors, in their infinite wisdom, at the 7th overall pick, make a decision to draft Jonathan Kuminga out of the G League Ignite. Okay, for those of you who are listening, the G League Ignite doesn't exist anymore. If you came from the G League Ignite, you have by and large not seen a ton of NBA success. Their most successful alum is probably Jalen Green, and like that's not shitting on him. He's a max contract player, I think, but. Maybe
Can I ask you real quick? Sorry.
Yes. Yeah.
Is the problem with the G League that just like it's just not good for developing these guys, and it's more just like, they couldn't. I don't think they could make money in college yet. So is that like kind of the excuse? Like you can make money and just play basketball?
So are you just so I answer your question? Are you asking about the G League Ignite in particular, or G League overall?
Just the G League Ignite because it seems like that's where all the players. They play and get drafted from, right? Is that the team they have to play for, or can they play for other G League teams? I wasn't aware of that.
So the G League Ignite was sort of an experimental thing where it would be a team you could go to in lieu of college because the NBA has a rule that you basically have to take a gap year between high school and the NBA. Doesn't matter what you do, you just can't be drafted straight out of high school. I personally dislike that rule. I think it's stupid. And if there are guys ready to play, let them play. Now,
Do you think do you think that's common though? That guys are ready. I mean, obviously you get the few exceptions
it's
like
not
Wemby
common.
and stuff.
Yeah, so the reason I'm so in favor of it is because it's not common, and I think NBA talent scouts are good enough to tell guys who come out for the draft, especially now in the NIL days where declaring for a draft doesn't make you ineligible for college. Like, I don't see why you have to take a year off. The issue became you'd have agents talking to high schoolers being like, hey man, I can, you'll be drafted top 14. And then guys wouldn't get drafted. But because they declared, they also couldn't go to college. And so the NBA, in the most charitable interpretation of this, was proactive in protecting its youngest players by being like, hey, we're just not going to let this happen. Because you'd have agents taking advantage of like good, not great high school players. And then those players would, derail a promising basketball career. The inverse is like, Wembanyama could have come in at any time. Cooper Flagg probably could have come in at any time. Like, the greats, by and large, will come in at any time. Aside from that, I think the G League Ignite was a nifty idea. I'm all for trying new things. Very clearly, the G League was not the place to develop guys because, in baseball, if you're in the minor leagues, you have your position. So I'm a Dodgers fan. So if you're in the Dodgers farm system and, you're pitching in AAA for them and you're a right-hander throwing 99, one of two things. Either that the coaching staff wants you to throw 99 out of the pen or is going to stretch you out as a starter. And that is your role. If you exceed in that or succeed in that, that at some point the big league club may pull you up or trade you, whatever.
They're going to probably trade you if it's the Dodgers.
Right. If the Dodgers will trade you. But, there's a role. If you're a second baseman in the Phillies system, you got to play second base to the best of your ability. And if you're better than the second baseman above you, you'll go. Basketball doesn't have that. It's very, very hard to, let's take the Warriors, for example. Say, like, what the Warriors could use right now is like an athletic 3-and-D wing that you could stick at the 3 spot. Hey, awesome. One, every team needs that. 2, how do we develop a guy to fit into playing next to Steph Curry and Draymond Green when we don't have Steph Curry and Draymond Green in the G League? Like, what they're going to be asked to do in the G League is to expand their skill set so that when they get to the big league club, we can cut and trim it and have them fit. And basketball just doesn't lend itself to that sort of thing, right? If you're a second baseman in the minor leagues, you play great defense and you hit the ball, awesome. We can use that in the big league club because it's dependent on nobody else. In basketball, there's just not that, right? I think the G League is a great opportunity. I also would like to see something that allows for guys to develop more because we don't see a ton of G League success stories. There are a few. I want to be very clear, just not a ton. But the Warriors draft Jonathan Kuminga out of the G League at the 7th overall pick. And there was thought that he was going to be this 6'6", athletic, young, defensive wing who could drive to the rim and play off of Steph and Dre. Great. On paper, he is the prototypical wing. He's just not that. Like, his career's panned out, and he's not that. As you had alluded to, taken right after him with the 8th overall pick, Franz Wagner. I want to be. This is the first of my issues. Reports have been out there for a while, and they've been reiterated today after the news of Jonathan Kuminga requesting a trade. Steve Kerr, head coach of the Golden State Warriors and owner of, I believe, 9 NBA championship rings. 9 or 7. 4
Steve
with the
Kerr,
Warriors.
Definitely some with the Bulls. And there was
Couple
one
with
in
the Bulls,
there was
one
one
with
in between
San
there.
Antonio.
I think that he was on the Spurs. You're right.
So I think maybe 7 NBA championships. A guy who has been there as a player, has been there as a coach, wanted Franz Wagner. Mike Dunleavy, the GM / owner, I don't know their structure, overruled Franz Wagner and picked Jonathan Kuminga. This is not going to be the first time he does it. It won't be the last time he does it. For those of you who are like, well, Cameron, who else is taking that draft? At 14, the Warriors picked up Moses Moody, who's been fine. I think ultimately he's going to be a 10th man on any bench. He's just mechanical. At 16, Alperen Şengün.
And 15 too. Don't miss 15.
15, Corey Kispert, who would have shot the lights out for the Warriors. 16, Alperen Şengün, who would have paired, I don't know, fucking great.
Whatever happened to him?
Yeah, nobody's heard about him since. Trey Murphy at 17, who is lighting it up with the Pelicans now. Jalen Johnson
at 27.
at 20 would have been fucking awesome. Oh, yeah. Quentin Grimes at 25. Fucking hell, I'll take it. Bones Highland at 26. I would have taken that. At least that guy can score.
VCU.
And so,
real quick, you did disrespect my boy at 10, Zaire Williams. Eventually traded to the Memphis Grizzlies.
Can you tell me what Zaire Williams has done in his NBA career?
Nope.
Okay. Okay. So it's just like a rep your set type of thing. I respect it. At this is my dad and I's favorite exercise where I just go through and I see how well he remembers drafts. At 35, Herb Jones didn't take him either.
Alabama.
And I'm quickly scrolling through right now. There are still guys in here, but those are like the big name guys who have like panned out so far. We took none of them. We took 2 guys we were going to slot in at wings, and even at that time, I was like, unproven G League guy who wasn't exactly lighting it up in the G League. That's fine. He was a part of, and stop me if you've heard this before, the Warriors' 2 timeline approach. Which was Mike Dunleavy's idea that after we had drafted another huge NBA star, James Wiseman, that we would have the young group.
I remember him, man. I thought he was gonna be the truth, man.
Yeah, James Wiseman, who has not done shit since he left the Warriors. In his defense, he's been injured. I don't want to shit on an injured player. The Warriors luck into the 2nd overall pick the year before Kuminga. They luck into it. Because Curry breaks his hand, and they get the 2nd overall pick. We take James Wiseman instead of, and this one's really going to piss you off. You know who? I'm all over the place. You know who the Warriors wanted before James Wiseman in the 2020 draft? This is the Anthony Edwards draft.
Yeah, I was going to say LaMelo Ball went next.
LaMelo Ball went after, yeah. Tyrese Halliburton,
oh my God,
who is on record as saying he knew the Warriors wouldn't reach down from number 2 to pick him, but he was hoping he would be able to play for. And there's also rumors out there that Memphis was fine trading down to the 2nd overall pick. And the Warriors had told Anthony Edwards to his face, because Steve Kerr didn't like his attitude, that they wouldn't draft him. So all in all, over the span of these 2 years, in which the Warriors are in a pseudo-rebuild, gifted picks they should not have, we drafted James Wiseman, who played 7 games in college and then got suspended, Jonathan Kuminga, and Moses Moody. Only one of those guys is like a functional NBA player. It's Moses Moody, and even he may not be on the team for long. And so you may be asking, well, Cameron, Jonathan Kuminga has asked for a trade after a saga that has involved Steve Kerr not playing him and then playing him.
Demands it, too.
And Jonathan Kuminga going to the media and saying he doesn't fuck with Steve Kerr, and Steve Kerr basically telling him, earn a fucking spot. So it's very contentious. Now, to be fair, being shoved into a Warriors system that is coming off of 3 titles and then won a 4th immediately after you were drafted is tough. There is no room for you to experiment and see what you did. You kind of got to get in where you fit in, right?
Right.
Over the past 5 years, he's been in the NBA 5 years now. He has been pretty healthy. 70 games, 67 games, 74 games, and then 47 last year, 18 this year. And I don't hold those against him because a lot of those were DNPs where he kind of fell out of Steve Kerr's good graces.
You do see like a dip though here, and like I'm just looking at like the regular season averages.
Yeah.
Whereas he was shooting like in the low 50s for field goal percentage, and then just dropped to the low 40s. And
Yeah.
I mean, you could just, and his minutes kind of went up too in that time too, which is crazy.
His best season, which I think is 2023, 2024, he averaged like 16 points a game. And then even last season, he averaged 15 points a game. And so he is a guy who very clearly can score at an NBA clip. His issue is that he thinks he's Kobe Bryant. He thinks that he is the turnaround, tough, midi, fadeaway guy instead of the I'm going to just dunk it on you guy, which is what the Warriors were hoping he would be. He came in, if you remember, the Warriors postseason last year, he came in after Steph Curry got hurt against the Timberwolves, had a 30-point game and a 26-point game in that series. I think the Warriors lost in 5. So all of this amounts to a player who is good stats but not impacting winning, and leads into like my greater consternation with the Warriors team, which is the 2 timelines thing was never effective. It was never worth a damn. And we are now sitting here 5 years after his draft class. He has nothing to show for it. Wiseman washed. Kuminga washed. Brandon Podziemski hasn't fucking taken any sort of leap. In fact, he might have taken a few steps backwards. Moses Moody is who he is. And the Warriors, since Steph Curry was 31, have been planning for the post-Curry era. He is now 37 and going to make an all-star team. And we fucking pissed it away.
Yeah, because you're gonna have a few years now where it's you're gonna fall right in like that middle of the lottery where it's like it's no man's land and you're just kind of throwing darts at a board. And that's what sucks about the NBA, man. Is like if you're not right in that top 4 to 5, maybe, like you're kind of screwed. Like and the draft kind of almost becomes pointless unless like you have a deep class, but. More often than not, like from 6, like I said, from picks 6 on, like you're just kind of playing a guessing game, and it's not really who knows ball at that point. It's just like, well, what do we need and who's the best available at that point? Like, because obviously, Corey Kispert fell to 15, and how many shooting guards? Zaire Williams was drafted before him, Franz Wagner, and Kuminga. So that kind of tells you something there, man. That I don't know. It's hard to scout in basketball. That's all I'll say. But I thought Kuminga was going to be a stud, man, because he is a big guy, and I thought he was going to be, like you said, like, just one of those like big physical presence.
He's big. He's athletic. His rookie season, he was guarding Chris Paul on the Suns full court and doing it well. And I was like, holy fuck, we found an Andre Iguodala replacement when he retires. How wrong I was.
What do you think caused like you said? Is it just like his attitude? Is it like an ego thing? Like what has caused like his fall? Is it maybe like a relationship with Steve Kerr?
2 things. It is an ego thing in which nothing is his fault, and I want to be very clear. You see that with a lot of NBA players. This is not like shitting on Jonathan Kuminga. There are a lot of NBA players who feel paramount about their abilities, and that's fine. They have to be. They made it to the top. He has always envisioned himself as a Kobe Bryant-esque player. He is not a Kobe Bryant-esque scorer, nor a Kobe Bryant-esque defender. And so that was the first thing. The second thing was the Warriors have always prided themselves on being light years ahead. That's a direct quote. They felt like they pioneered the small ball 5. They pioneered the small ball lineup. They pioneered a jump shooting team. We can debate about the efficacy of that. I think the 2009 Magic had a really have a claim to pioneering a 3-point shooting team. Whatever. And so in the Warriors' ego, they feel like they have a system that's netted them 4 titles in 8 years, and it's based on being intelligent and being able to read and react basketball. And so you see guys with high basketball IQs thrive in that system because you're having to play off of Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and Draymond Green, and you're not running like drawn up motion sets. It's like, hey, Steph has the ball. When he passes it to this corner and takes off sprinting, like you probably need to screen for him. You need to do something. You got to play off Steph.
Yeah,
that's just not
because he's getting the shot. It's
Right.
almost a guarantee he's getting the
It's
shot.
not Kuminga's game. I've seen Jonathan Kuminga wave off Steph Curry, which should be a cardinal sin. I don't care if Steph Curry's triple teamed. If he calls for the ball, you fucking give it to him.
Yeah, the best 3-point shooter of all time. Like,
Right,
You're
like-
Jonathan Kuminga.
The man who traumatized the entire nation of France with the way he shot threes. Like, fucking give him the ball. So I wish the best for Jonathan Kuminga. He should not have been on the Warriors. The Warriors should have traded him far sooner. Jonathan Kuminga should not have signed a deal this season. He signed a $25 million 1-year extension, which is fine, man. Get your money. Not ever gonna talk shit talk that. But I always will bristle at a guy signing a contract, getting the money, and then asking for a trade. You could have just walked. You could have just been a free agent.
Yeah,
and walked.
you could have already done this, man. Like,
Now
And-
this free agent class wasn't great, but
was there like tension coming into the season already, like
Yes.
before he signed the deal? Yeah,
Yes.
so you're right, man. He could have, in a not like strong class, he could have been a star.
because
But-
coming into this, he was wanting, I think, 2 years, $50 million extension, and the Warriors were like, "We'll give you 1 year, 25," and Kuminga was basically reluctant to sign that. And at one point, the Warriors were like, "We'll sign you." We'll like, because he was going to be a restricted free agent if he didn't sign it. So whatever another team offered, the Warriors could match and get like right of first refusal. And he didn't want to do that. So he got 25 M's on the from the Warriors. Hey man, like that's what the money's for. Like at some point, that is what the money's for.
Yeah, right. Maybe not the best deal in hindsight, but I think I don't know how competent they've been as of late. Obviously, you just went on the rant about them with their drafting. Obviously, not the best, but maybe they can kind of make up for it a little bit. I don't know. I don't even know what a trade for him would look like. I don't know what you would get in return. I don't know what the Warriors would need.
Well, that's interesting. You bring that up. I've got a couple of things that a trade for Kuminga may look like. I've heard the Mavericks are showing interest in Kuminga.
Okay.
That I cannot think of a worse thing for Cooper Flagg's development than getting Kuminga on the team. I've also heard that the Kings have shown interest in Jonathan Kuminga, and he feels like a very Kings-ish
That would be a
player.
perfect fit for him.
Yeah.
Sacramento needs like a personality like him.
That's when I think of Sacramento, that's what they're missing. With DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine and Domantas Sabonis, you need a Jonathan Kuminga in that mix.
Yeah, you need to toxic it up a little bit,
Right. I've heard the Nets have rebuked any of that. And the Pelicans have basically said anyone that Kuminga would like match up with salary-wise isn't available, which means that unless you're the Bulls or the Kings or the Mavericks for whatever godforsaken reason, Kuminga may not even be moved by the trade deadline. Like I don't like we'll project ahead about some of these guys. I don't know what you would trade for Kuminga. Like if you want to take him on as a second contract type of guy, fine. Like if Memphis wants him, great. Like you're probably going to overpay for him. Like whatever you give the Warriors.
I mean,
is
that's
gonna
all
be
these
overpay.
NBA players at this point, man. It's just the contracts mean nothing. Like it's they sign these like max long year deals, and then I'm not even shitting you. I feel like I hear like 3 months later, oh, like they want to be traded.
That's the strat, man. You
And
get
it's
your
just like,
money,
how
and
does
then
how? I just don't get it. But the NBA is crazy, man. And the contract stuff is so. It's so weird, man. It's kind of like hockey a little bit too, where they had like the no move clauses, and then even like if they trade him, it's like, oh, if he goes deep in the playoffs, plays 75% of it, our third goes to a second. It's all so weird. And, like, it's just like that in the NBA too. It's insane, like the workarounds they do to get these guys just to play basketball on their team.
the CBA that has been negotiated that hard caps teams is one of the worst things I've ever seen for like player movement. Enough about Jonathan Kuminga. It'll piss me off, and we'll do another 30 minutes before we move on. Heat and Raptors show interest in Ja Morant, which is fascinating because there's not a huge market for Ja Morant.
I'm not shocked by that though. Like I don't know. I just don't think he's been good enough with how just like a much of a bad teammate he's been and how much he's getting paid. Like, and did you see the video too of him? I think I think he was fighting with Cedric
Vince
Howard.
Williams, right?
Yeah, that's right. It was before their game today in Berlin. So I don't even know if he played. I was at work, but it's just so disappointing, man. I just want it to be over. It should have been such like a game changer for that team and that city, but he was a game wrecker like that, man. I really thought we had Derrick Rose on our hands, but yeah, it's just sad to see, man. Like I really didn't want to see this fall from grace, but it is what it is. Maybe he finds light with another team, but I just don't think it's going to be with us, unfortunately.
I think we're kind of airing out our own personal grievances against players who will never know we exist. So I'm fully cognizant of that. I think Ja Morant was always one of my favorite guys, like who wasn't on my team, just to observe. Like he was so fun to watch. He was acrobatic and shifty and explosive.
So explosive.
Like you said, like a D Rose on your hands. He's been in the league 7 years now. First 4 years, I mean, his rookie year he averaged 18 points. His third year in the league, where he finished 7th in MVP voting, he averaged 27 a game. It was his most improved player year. Like, you were legit watching this guy explode onto the scene.
Yeah, and next same time with Jaren Jackson as well, too.
You had him and Jaren Jackson and Desmond Bane, and you're like, okay, there's a three, core
That's
three
a trio
here.
you could build around. Like that.
Right, and
absolutely.
it fit the archetypes you wanted of like point guard, shooting guard, big, right? And you can play with that. His fourth year, he averaged 26 points. Hey man, 26-26, not gonna argue. 2 years ago, albeit this is a very shortened season, this was when he was suspended. He only played 9 games, but he averaged 25 when he was playing.
He was hurt as well too.
Yeah, he came back right after being suspended and was got hurt
got hurt like a week later. Yeah.
Yeah. Last year in 50 games, and again injuries and other things taking away from some of that, he averaged 23. Now, for the first time since his sophomore season, over 18 games, which is about half of the games that have been played so far, he's averaging 19. So, do you think it's just like what has stunted the scoring? Because guys like that don't fade. Like they don't, not when they're 27.
I think the firing of Taylor Jenkins probably had a lot to do with it. I think, and I was shocked by that too. It apparently had been out that like he had kind of lost the team anyways, and it's like, all right, whatever. Like we have Ja Morant,
Right.
Desmond Bane, Jaren Jackson Jr. Certainly, there's a coach out there, a good coach who's going to want to come here and coach those guys. And they hire this Finnish guy who's never, I think he was one of Taylor Jenkins' assistants. Correct me if I'm wrong.
He was, yes. Tomas Isolo.
Yes, thank you. I was going to ask you how to pronounce the name too. I still don't really even know how to pronounce his name because he's upsets me so much. Like, and I think he is. I don't want to talk about him as a coach because maybe it's unfair of me to do. But I think like when Taylor Jenkins got let go, that was kind of the beginning of the end because, that was the guy who was supposed to lead us there. It doesn't seem like Ja gets along with Isolo at all. I don't know, man. It's so, and same thing with Jaren Jackson too. Like apparently players just aren't getting along with this guy. And I don't know why. I don't know why they hired him in the first place. I don't even know why you fired Taylor Jenkins, to be honest with you. But I don't know.
Yeah, because I remember when Jenkins was fired, there was thoughts amongst the larger NBA pundit community. Is like, are they signaling for a rebuild? Like, what is the?
Because they were above play-in tournament at that time. I think they were the 3 or the 4 seed. It was very shocking. It wasn't like they were on this decline. It was they were having a successful year. Obviously, yeah, you had some injuries and some stuff happen.
Yeah, and then they fired him and they plummeted, right? They fell into the play-in.
Almost fell out of it too. And then he was the interim. And then they signed him to an extension and keep him. Is there nobody that wants to coach this team? Like, is Memphis such an undesirable location that this is the guy that we had to settle for? There wasn't one better guy. Like, I would have loved to have seen Tibbs like come in there and maybe kind of set Josh straight a little bit. You know?
Tibbs,
like,
yeah,
that would have been awesome. Sure, the Tibbs experiment never lasts long. Like, obviously, players eventually just get sick of him because he runs them to the ground.
right.
But again, that's kind of what they needed. They were the youngest team in the NBA last year. They had a rookie Zach Edey, who's awesome now. Rookie Cam Spencer. Like, it was such a good young team of guys who really needed some good development, and I think they just really fucked up the hire. And I think it's gonna potentially mess up this franchise for the next 5 years at least, because we the only way we get stars in the door is we have to fall in the lottery. We have to get lucky getting John Morant.
Right.
And I was even upset that we didn't get Zion, but obviously that worked out great. It's like, okay, we got this kid from Murray State. Let's see what he does. And he was awesome. And
So the Grizzlies' hopes are now pinned on Cedric Coward and Cam Spencer, is what you're telling me.
and Zach Edey, yes.
And
yes.
Zach Edey, yes, sorry.
Yeah, don't forget the
Prayers up
Canadians
for
are money.
Edey. Hopefully his lower
Only
body
6 more weeks
injuries-
till he's back.
Yeah, that we don't have to pontificate on that. That always just worries me. The two teams I see tapped in on Morant, and we've talked about them. Or maybe it's only one team. Sorry, I keep seeing Miami thrown
I keep
around.
seeing Miami as well. It seems like that's where he wants to go. I think he's kind of made known that Miami would be a
Miami and Raptors. That was the other team I was looking at.
Yeah, the Raptors. Yeah,
Yeah. Of the two, I'd also prefer Miami.
of course. Yeah, duh.
So let's say you trade Ja to Miami, and Miami, let's say generously, quote unquote, overpays. You get Simone Fontecchio, or let's say this, you get Tyler Hero back, and the Heat
That's who I was going to suggest.
The Heat are allowed to include Terry Rozier, who is currently suspended. We don't know if you can trade his contract, but you get Tyler Hero, and you give away Morant and Ty Jerome. At that point, do you think you guys should just blow it up? Trade Jaren Jackson.
I think that's the next step. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the next. Yeah. I think once Ja's out the door, it's gonna upset Jared enough that he's just gonna be like, well, my turn. I thought we were really building something here, so
And no disrespect to Triple J, right? I've voiced my opinions on his ability to rebound the basketball, but I personally am just not sure he's a guy you build around. Correct me if I'm wrong. He feels like a very, very good auxiliary piece, a very, very good second or third option.
I would say on a good a championship team, he's the third best player.
That's kind of my feeling. And
definitely not a guy you
talked
could build
about it.
around though.
But his depoy season was 4 seasons ago, 3 seasons ago. He for his career he averages about 18.5 points, which is good. Technically he's a power forward, is what they.
Power
they
forward center. I think.
They list him as both. 18.5 points, you'll take that. About 2 blocks a game. Again, not shitting on that, but 5.5 rebounds, 1.5 assists.
The rebounds. Come on, man.
Just anemic. Also, I saw a stat about this season where Triple J has played 32%. Sorry, no. Jaren Jackson Jr. has played 14% of all of his minutes this season in foul trouble. And I believe foul trouble is defined as 4 or more fouls.
Because it goes to 6, right, in the NBA.
Yeah.
He's just kind of an undisciplined player. And I also just don't think he knows how to draw or take fouls either. I think he just I don't know, man. He's just.
Yeah, we can discuss.
I'm ready for it to just happen. It's inevitable.
The Band-Aid needs to be ripped off. You've traded away Desmond Bane. Get rid of Ja. You can get something for Triple J. I guarantee you, dude. The Lakers
We got
would
4
love to have
first-round
a
picks
guy.
for Desmond Bane. I think
Yeah, and you should have rolled on that. Should have continued getting rid of guys.
I agree. We should have done like what the Thunder did and just like hoarded picks for like the next 5-6 years.
The Thunder for like 3 straight seasons would just be involved as the third team in a trade to make contracts work, and all they would ask for is like a pick in return. Like, that's how you get to that point.
But it worked for them too, and they also, I think, what they did a really good job of is like taking advantage of teams who were like maybe in win now mode at the time, but they were kind of good at being like, by this time they're going to be terrible. So like maybe we try to slide on one of those first round picks, and maybe that they think now is useless, but by then could be a lottery pick, and that's seemingly how they got there, right? Like just by trading all these picks.
Shit, I mean, the Clippers have played much better as of late. But like, that's why that's a threat this season. If the Clippers if that pick converts to a top 5, top 7, like in this draft class, you could add Koa Pete to the fucking Thunder, and it's like, turn up on them. Kuminga job. A few more. Anthony Davis is floated around.
Is he going to be healthy though by then?
Sure, like that's kind of the best I got for you. Maybe. I'm uncertain about Anthony Davis's health. I'm not sure. Like, if you're an NBA contender, which is what you'd presumably trade for Anthony Davis. Like, what do you really want to gamble on his health? And if you do, are you going to give up like picks or decent players to make contracts match? Like, I know the Hawks have been floated around for AD. The Bucks I've heard mentioned, but not seriously. You'd have to give up like Miles Turner. Like,
yeah, and that's just not realistic. Like that, it feels like that'd be a setback for them.
Which is the issue I have with most of these trades, or the issue I have now with a lot of the current NBA trade environment is the fact that like there are so many teams who you feel like have guys they will trade, but no other team has the flexibility to bring those guys in, and so it's like these guys are handcuffed. Like, we talked about the Mavs last pod. The Mavericks should blow up. They should have blown up when they fired Nico. None of this is new. Like, Kyrie is hurt. I get that. You should have traded AD. You should trade Kyrie. You should build around. This sounds stupid, but I'm so serious. Build around Ryan Nembhard and Cooper Flagg. And it may take you 4 seasons or 5 seasons until Cooper Flagg is on his feet and you can get the final pieces in there.
But look what that's done for the Thunder, though.
Right, start now.
Start now, yeah.
You have your guy. You're not going to win in the next 3 years. But over those 3 years, you can absolutely start getting guys around him, seeing what works and what doesn't.
And I think, too, seemingly you're getting more polished guys out of college now. So, like, I think this is, like, the first of many years where we're going to see just deeper draft classes. Like, this freshman class is just out of this world unbelievable this year. I don't know if it'll be topped anytime in the next few years. But, again, this just kind of shows you how, like, college is now getting these good players and keeping them, developing them a little bit, and now you have better quality. Like I said, literally, like at number 14 or 15 pick, you're still getting an impact player. Like, as of right now, the mock draft I'm looking at 14, it would be the Spurs via the Atlanta Hawks pick, and they would take Koa Pete. Like, so that seems like that would be like a game changer for the Spurs.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Yeah. Yeah. On the Anthony Davis front, Rich Paul, who I've expressed my disdain for, Anthony Davis's agent, Rich Paul, same agent that represents LeBron and anybody who's signed to Clutch.
The one who suggested the Jaren Jackson for Austin
Reeves sort of thing. Yeah. Which, if you're Memphis, fine, but like Austin Reeves is going to waste his prime in Memphis unless you flip him.
That's so mean.
But Rich Paul has said that he wants Anthony Davis traded. It's like, well, okay, you're an agent, so I don't know if we should be expressing that like you specifically want him traded, but like that's fine. I just don't think there's a coming back from trading Luka. we've spoken enough on it. Anything else you want to say on AD before I rapid fire a couple of other rumors and then we move on to the fun stuff?
I didn't know. No, I do hope he gets better. I still like watching him play. He's an awesome basketball player. Like,
Dude,
all the
he's
jokes
an
aside, he's just
all-world player. Yeah.
but he's just a liability with his injuries, and I guess that comes with the territory of being 7 foot tall and athletic. So
7 foot, athletic, defense. Now, I do have a question for you that fits into a larger thesis I've been working on, which is like Anthony Davis, obviously like number 1 overall pick, drafted out of Kentucky, high potential. Never won a Defensive Player of the Year award.
that's shocking for someone who's known for his defense.
Never been like healthy enough. Never won a DPOY. And before I continue on
Even
this
nominated?
thesis, oh, he's been nominated. Yes. Let me double check my stats before I get the one commenter. Yeah, I was correct. The one commenter being like, actually, fucking casual.
Yeah.
And I say all that to hint at a larger thesis that I'm kind of working on, which is like, even with the most like, even with the concepts we have in our head of what a first-round overall pick should be, life and the game and the reason we play the game is so unpredictable that, like, I would have told you by the time Luka Doncic is 27, he would have won 3 MVPs. He's not won any. Like, that's just kind of how it goes.
And it just kind of, I don't know. It's such a tough league to win I feel like individual awards in, though.
Right.
Because even if you are like a top, like Luka is obviously a top 5 player, but like you said, he has no MVPs. So it's like, in 20 years after his career, what are people going to think of him? You know?
Yeah, it's kind of like how are we going to refer to him? The only other thing, Michael Porter Jr. gets thrown around a lot this season, simply because he's shooting the shit out of the ball in Brooklyn.
What is his nickname that I cracked up at? Someone, I think it was you who told me. He has like a. It's like I think he calls it like Michael Last Shot Porter because he's always gonna get the last shot.
Yeah. Michael Never Swing the Rock Porter Jr. There's a few. Michael Possession Ends Here.
That's it. Possession ends here. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the one that had me rolling.
Dude,
That's so funny. I
it's
love
honestly,
that.
he's a fucking shot caller. Brooklyn is standing pat. They're fielding offers and they're waiting, and that's kind of the last big name I've talked about. Now, Brett, as I'm sure you're aware, the NBA is changing the All-Star format yet again, right? You're familiar. You've done your homework. You've read up on the
Totally.
the news.
All read up on it. Totally.
Perfect. Then can you explain to me what? No.
Yeah.
So the NBA is switching up the All-Star game format yet again because we cannot just have a simple East versus West. That is too straightforward, and the highbrow, intelligent NBA fans need more than that. So we are instead doing a USA versus World sort of situation.
Tournament. Oh.
Tournament, yes. In which each conference will field 12 All-Stars, so 24 All-Stars in total. There will be 3 teams of 8. 2 teams representing the U.S., 1 team representing the world. And you may be asking, well, Cameron, what happens if of those, like, 28 people, 10 of them are European and 14 are American?
Yeah, you're going to have to kind of rig the voting here to make that work. Or you're just going to have to, like, eliminate fan voting. I feel like you just need to, like...
My dear darling Brett, no, what we do is we add more Americans if we need to.
Oh, my God.
I have no idea what the thought process behind this is.
Oh, my God.
But the All-Star game will be next month, and I figured we could run through just the roster, some of the prohibitive All-Stars, and see if there's anybody that we feel was left out.
Okay.
This is Tim Bontemps' roster that he published on ESPN. So, apologies, Tim, if I disagree with your takes. I'm sure you're very worried about it. In the East, Tim Bontemps has said that for the starters, because the starters still matter, except they don't. Let's be very clear.
Yeah. Is it like maybe bonus money? Maybe.
or like standings. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Giannis, who, I think is a pretty clear lock.
Yeah, clear cut. Yeah.
Cade Cunningham, obviously.
Yeah, I agree with
Jalen
that.
Brunson, no problem with. Tyrese Maxey, which I think is a very good pick.
I think
and
so, too.
Jaylen Brown.
That's the starting team for the U.S.
No. That's the Eastern. That's the Eastern Conference starters, not to be confused with the World Team.
I was so confused.
Please, Brett, try to keep up. I understand this is elementary to guys like you, but I don't fucking know what's going
I'm
on.
already
either.
lost.
Yeah. So of this, these are the East starters, meaning they'd be the top 5 vote getters in the East. Now, All-Stars do not have to end up playing 65 games simply because the All-Star game happens before that 65-game mark. And then reserves. Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Johnson, Scotty Barnes, Jalen Duren off the Pistons. Fine. Don't hate it. You get a pretty good representation of like who's who. And then Bontemps has a section called Bubble Watch, which is my favorite part, which is all the guys who it's like
Bubble All-Star players.
some configuration of these guys will have to come in. Desmond Bain, who is interesting.
Interesting. Yeah.
Notably, Desmond Bain is on this list, but Paolo and Franz are not.
Yeah,
Which I thought was
I was gonna
curious.
say he's not even the best player on the Magic.
Karl Anthony Towns, which would be the Knicks' second player, who I don't disagree.
I don't disagree. I like Cat.
Norman Powell off the Heat, who is having an okay season. I think last year was a better season, but fine. We're not judging him off that. Pascal Siakam from the Indiana Pacers, who,
I guess if you got to pick somebody from the Pacers,
but you don't. You don't.
It's not like the NHL one where you have to have a player from
No,
each team.
no, it's not like the NHL or the MLB where you have to have a representative. And then Michael Porter Jr., where I think is
Interesting.
I think that's a good one.
I have to see Michael Porter Jr. in this All-Star game.
It would be sick.
It's the only way I'll watch.
And Bontemps goes through and gives his case for all of them. That's kind of what he's arguing, and I just wanted to throw that out there. There are no Eastern players that like really stand out to me as like, holy shit, how are you missing this guy? I'm sure that it'll change up a little bit, but
I was gonna say I wasn't mad at any of those picks necessarily.
No, the only one I would maybe bristle at is Siakam, and that's not a reflection on him. It's just his team is so bad that like that feels kind of strange. In the West, Shai Gilgeous, obviously. Nikola Jokic, obviously. Luka Doncic, obviously. Victor Wembanyama, obviously. And Anthony Edwards. Sure.
Well,
that
West
starting
is
five.
stacked. It's insane. Oh my god! Dude, compared to the East, oh my god, that
starting 5 would beat the brakes out of any other Eastern
That's like an
team.
all-time NBA team.
Right.
That's insane.
Now, I'm biased. I would probably put Steph Curry in over Anthony Edwards. Steph is averaging more points, more rebounds, shooting better. But I'm not mad at it, right? Anthony Edwards certainly deserves to be there. The reserves for the West. Steph Curry, my man. Chet Holmgren, which I think is a very good pick.
Yeah, Jesus, man, I forgot about
Jamal
Chet.
Murray. And this would be his first All-Star team, should he make
That's
it.
crazy,
I
man.
think
Good
he
for
should.
him.
Alperen Şengün, which I think is deserved,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Kevin Durant, which is
I can't. That's number 10.
hell. This team may beat the shit out of the East starters.
Yeah, right.
Like,
Yeah, let's just put these two West teams together or just have them face each other, just in whoever wins plays the East.
and then the Bubble Watch, who I believe one of these players will not make it, or a few of these players may not make it because it's 12 and 12. Devin Booker, who is having a good season. I think maybe the Suns are being overlooked. LeBron James,
Why? Just why?
I think it's more of
Just because of who he is. Like,
yeah.
that's the only. I guess, man. But it's like
Now,
mean,
to be fair,
a few weeks ago we were talking about a 10-point game streak. Like,
right
now we're
the
talking
league-
All-Star game.
The league has made exceptions to players in their last season, like Dirk and D Wade, where you get like an honorary lifetime achievement spot. That's not what this is, apparently.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is he's not, because he's not retiring.
As far as we're aware, not yet.
Yeah.
Kawhi Leonard is in contention, which I think is a very good pick, because when he's healthy, he's fucking electric this season.
I love Kawhi Leonard. I do.
Denny Avdija of the Blazers, who, if anyone in the West deserves a first-time All-Star spot, it's probably him.
I'm happy
doing
about
a lot. And then Austin Reeves. I don't think the Lakers are good enough to have 2 All-Stars.
Yeah,
Which is going to sound controversial. Like,
I think that's more namesake, though. Is there anyone that you would replace him with?
Replace LeBron James with?
No. So that would be 3 players then, because it would be Reeves, LeBron, and Luka, right?
Oh, and Luka.
Yeah.
Dude, I forgot Luka was on the Lakers. I'm so sorry.
I would put Reeves in over LeBron. I mean, certainly, like, it's not the all stats game. I understand that. Like, LeBron is what's going to sell tickets, so you probably make a spot for him. I get that. But again, like, it's just like, I don't know. I feel as a fan, like, and obviously the players may not feel like this, that it's like, it's an honor to be, like, voted and selected for this, you know? Like, people are noticing how well you're playing, and it's not just your namesake that's getting you by, you know?
Right.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just being, like, old man yells at cloud, but I just... it's not like it's going to bother me at all anyway, so, like, put whoever you want in there, fine, but...
I think my consternation comes from the fact that the Thunder, the Rockets, and the Nuggets, I believe, are all ahead of the Lakers. The Lakers would have more all-star representatives than all 3 of those teams.
That is true. That is true.
And, like, I don't want to, like, turn this into, like, a shit on LeBron James thing. We
can make it that, though, please.
We absolutely can make it that. That's just not what I'm trying to do here.
Mason would be licking his chops right now.
Dude, we can't do it without him. But, like, on the season, he's averaging 22 points, fucking 7 assists, and 6 rebounds, which is, like, fine.
Reasonable, yeah, especially for his age, too. Like,
yeah, but, like, I'd have Devin Booker over that. Like, Devin Booker's way more important to a Suns team that's, like, doing better than people expected than LeBron James is to a Lakers team. People are going to shit on me. I think if you want to honor him as, like, the lifetime achievement thing with Dirk and D Wade, that's fine. Then just call it that. Like, now the part that really is going to fuck with you. We both agree that the lists are fine. Tim Bontemps did a perfectly fine job. That leaves 24 players, which means on the American side, your American team. So remember, this team will be split up into two 8-people teams. Okay. Your Americans are Cade Cunningham, Jalen Brunson, Tyrese Maxey, Jaylen Brown, Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Johnson, Scotty Barnes. He only listed last name, so I'm having to do, like, memory recall.
You're fine.
Jalen Duren, Cat, Norm Powell, Holmgren, Edwards, Curry, Durant, Booker. It really starts kind of picking up at the last, like, 4 guys.
Yeah, I was going to say, you saved the best for last there.
It was like point guard,
yeah,
small
a ton
forward.
Of guards to start off.
Point guard, small forward, center, shooting guard, center, guard. The international selection, and this will only be one team. The international weirdos only get one team. Giannis, Pascal Siakam, Shea, Wembanyama, Luka, Jokic, Murray, Şengün, Denny Avdija.
They're gonna smoke us.
That team will
smoke us.
Beat the shit out of whatever American.
You could have stopped at Wemby, and it would have been over, man.
Hey, look, assuming health, if you run out a lineup of Shea, Luka, Jokic, Wemby, and, like, Giannis, like, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah, the coach is just like, dang, what am I gonna do with this team of wannabes?
And then,
like, Victor Wembanyama and Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, dude, what am I supposed to do with these guys whose names I can't even pronounce? Okay, dude, you remember? Sorry, you remember when Shohei Ohtani got that feedback? I forget who he was. Somebody said he couldn't be the face of the league because he was like Japanese.
It was Stephen A. Yeah, Stephen A. said that, which
you,
is
Stephen A.
crazy. Yeah, a dumb thing to say. Yeah, he can't speak English, so how are kids supposed to like look up to him? That's so fucking dumb. They don't care what he says.
I don't have to listen to him to see him hit 500-foot piss missiles over the wall, dude.
6 months prior to that, his agent was in jail. That's like far more interesting than anything. And no offense to Shohei Ohtani, but that's far more interesting than anything he could tell me in English, respectfully.
Right. With the American team, that is only 15 players, so they would also add a little-known fact, a little-known guy named Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard?
Never heard of him.
No, but I mean, I'm sure he'd round out the 16 nicely.
No Caitlin Clark, huh?
No, God, I would love to see it.
That'd be so funny.
Just to see Caitlin Clark fucking pull up in like Jokic's face would be so funny. So now my question to you is, Brett, you think the world is going to win, or you think the Team U.S. is going to win?
Well, if it's anything like the 1980 Winter Olympics, the USA winning as the underdogs against the Soviet Russians, who were the best team in the world at the time, and beat them in the semifinal before the gold medal game. So, not saying it can't be done. It's
democracy in action.
But just remember, it's the name on the front, not the back. And
oh, get out of here, the hockey talk.
No, the world's obviously going to stomp them. But I will say that this is obviously a direct ripoff of what the NHL did last year with the Four Nations tournament. That was very successful, by the way, and it was so successful that it brought professionals back to the Olympics, and now we're gonna get, we're just gonna get these awesome tournaments every February. And I'm glad to see that they're trying, though. I am, because the All-Star game has been a lost art for a little bit. It's been getting a little stale. I think like the stuff that like we enjoyed as kids, like I love this. I still love the skills competition. I love watching the 3-point competition. Like, that's my favorite thing to watch.
It's so good.
But at some point too, like, it's like we got to mix it up. Like, keep the 3-point contest, keep the skills competition. Let's just maybe, like, I don't know. I'm willing to give it a chance. Obviously the world team is going to crush the two USA teams, but like I said, I'm willing to give it a shot. I think that this is, maybe a good thing. I think when guys are playing for their country, that maybe it does kind of push them to try a little bit, and maybe that's something that they need in this All-Star game.
Hope. Yeah.
Maybe some effort. Instead of watching like the NHL All-Star game, where like the guys obviously are very hungover and went and are just playing this game half-assed.
Is there a better way to play hockey though than hungover?
Definitely not, man. Like. Yeah, and you think a sauna's good, man. Get out there in some skates and some full pads, man, and you'll learn what sweating is, man. It'll take anything that's in you out of you.
I think my ideal All-Star Weekend lineup is an NBA. You can adopt this. Just credit me. It's fine. 3-point shootout, but the 8 NBA stars or NBA participants either all have a WNBA counterpart that they shoot against.
That would be sweet. Yeah.
Or a WNBA partner, and it's how well you guys do together against a different NBA WNBA.
I like that. Yeah, so it's more...
Because I really liked Steph versus Sabrina Ionescu. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah, that was
electric. Sabrina shot well enough, she would have tied Dame, who won the contest, by the way. It was awesome.
Yeah,
it was great.
I want to see them bring in people like the WNBA players. Like, I mean, obviously the seasons don't line up, and right now they're in the middle of an off season. But it would still be cool, like you said, seeing like Sabrina out there again, competing against those guys.
Most of the WNBA players are playing in the auxiliary league that just got started, and I'm drawing a blank on it.
It's like the 3-on-3 league, right? That they're doing.
No, it might be. It's like, is it the unregulated league? What is the
uncancelable? I don't know. Let me look.
Sorry, this is gonna. Kelsey Plum just set like the league record for like 38 points in a game, unrivaled. The 3-on-3, you were right, the unrivaled league with Brianna Stewart and Nafisa Collier.
I love me some Kelsey Plum too. By the way, you just said her name.
Fucking
had to let you know.
Would love to watch her.
Certified ball knower
fucking,
here.
Dude, she's so fucking good. Anyway, this is not a WNBA podcast yet. We'll expand into that later. But it would be that shootout. It would be a dunk contest where it doesn't have to be an NBA player. Give me G League guys. Give me fucking pro dunker.
Give me Matt McClung, dude. Just give me Matt McClung.
Dude, Mac McClung can defend his title. I love the fact that he's hyping everything up. And then give me some pro dunkers. Give me some guys who don't even play basketball. All they do is dunk professionally. I just want to see some shit I've never seen before. I
want to see some creativity.
LeBron James isn't coming to the dunk contest.
Right.
I get that. John Morant's not coming to the dunk contest. I get that. So give me some dude I saw on Instagram do like a 720 East Bay behind the back. I want to see that shit.
That'd be sweet. Like you're not gonna remember in 3 years who won anyway, so you might as well be entertained, right?
You may not. Encyclopedia.
You're right.
You're right. Mac McClung last year. Mac McClung the year before. Don't ask me about anything else.
I have based my life around Mac McClung dunk contest.
God, dude. I was a doubter of Mac McClung. It turns out I was right, except in the dunk contest. And then it would just dude, honestly, don't even give me an all-star game. Give me, like, the 24 all-stars. You know, there's 6 teams with 4 NBA all-stars on each of them, and then 1 regular person, and the rule is the regular person has to play point guard.
Yes. Yes. I think that would be such a fun way of like
make it the owners. Fuck you, make it the owners.
It'd be such a fun way of letting people know like how unreal these guys are. Like, let's just get an average Joe out here who's like, yeah, I could have made the NBA if X, Y, Z. It's like, well, here's your chance, man. Here's Victor Wembanyama.
Hey guys, Fourth and Forever is actually going to be playing point guard at the All-Star game.
I call the world team. Which one of us is close enough to being qualified for that? Because
I was born
I
in
am
Texas.
red-blooded American. Yeah.
Well, where were you born?
St. Louis.
Okay, so you were always like a heathen American. I was at least in Mexico at one point in time.
Oh, okay. Relax.
White guy tries to explain why he's not that type of white.
Just wait till Mason was here, all right? He'd tell you he's the California white. He's settler white, man. Yeah, that's the worst kind. Oh, man. You want to talk a little college, or are you trying to?
Dude, I got time. It's whatever you want.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and run through. We haven't talked college in a while, so let's update the people a little bit. College season's been awesome, and there's been some surprises here. I don't think so. So first off, I'll start with the Big 12. I think they've been the biggest shock. You have Arizona, Iowa State at 1 and 2, then Houston at 7. You have BYU at 11, and then I believe the next Tech, and So you got what was that? 5, 6 teams in the top 15. And 2 of those teams being the top 2 teams, and both I think besides Miami, Ohio, the last undefeated teams. Oh, sorry, Nebraska ball too. I can't forget about them. And Vanderbilt lost last night too, so they are off the list now. So that brings us down to 4 undefeated teams. 2 of them, being Big 12. Do you think the Big 12 is still kind of holding on to that best basketball conference, or do you think maybe like the Big 10, ACC are kind of making a push for it?
I think we're seeing what might be like the dying gasps of them holding on. I'm not ready to write them off just yet, especially with the way fucking Arizona's been playing. Mm-hmm. But tough. It's tough. Insane season. Do you want to break down, or you want to get into a few of the exciting games from last night specifically?
Yeah. Go ahead, man. You were talking about LSU or Kentucky LSU, the one that came down the buzzer, and then Georgia Ole Miss.
Yeah, we had some great buzzer beaters last night. I will say, as a primarily NBA type of guy, we talked. You had mentioned this earlier. The pageantry of college is unmatched. College basketball,
it's undefeated.
It's so good.
And this is like something I have to tell Mason too. It's like, I understand the competition. The level of competition is not as great. But that's not what I'm in it for. Like I am in it for.
God, no.
I'm in it for like good conference matchups, a good rivalry. I'm looking for an upset. I'm looking for like maybe one of these like unranked teams to walk into BYU, Duke, Purdue, and at least cover the spread at this point, because I mean we're not seeing too many upsets, but we did see a big one last night. Texas stomped Vanderbilt, and I just want to say too, Texas I think this year has had the biggest gap of like where they were Ken Palm to start the year versus now, so it's kind of nice to see them climb back a little bit. I don't know if they're going to make the tournament. They are 11-6 now, but two very good wins recently, so we'll see. But
Yeah.
and obviously Michigan, 15-1. I mean,
Rep your
obviously
set.
there's still Iowa State and Arizona. I don't think they are nearly as good as Michigan. This Michigan team is so good on all sides of the ball. They have Yaxel Lemberg, who's the best player in college.
Yeah.
Perez Johnson scoring at an amazing clip. Mara, the 7'2" center, he's been shooting lights out too, and he obviously a rebounding machine. Elliot Kadu, who I didn't really like, that we got rid of Trey Donaldson for him. He's been okay. It's the same player, whatever. And Namari Burton too, man. I love this Michigan team. The one loss, whatever. Get the monkey off your back. It's gonna be a rough time for any team going in having to play Michigan.
So what you're saying is, come March Madness, you're not going to root for the hometown Houston Cougs.
Absolutely not. Sorry, no. This is where
It's blood rivalry.
This is where my allegiance will.
I'll see you in the finals.
Yeah, see you in the finals, motherfucker.
And we won't take a shot to win the game. We'll just drop the ball and let it bounce.
Yeah, don't worry. Just give the ball to Emmanuel Sharp. He'll take care of that for you.
Oh, God,
Thank goodness.
I'm gonna see him when I go to campus. He can beat the shit out of me. Because that's who's tapping in. College. Hoopers.
Yeah, college basketball players, known fourth and forever listeners.
So yeah, I'll go through the two games I want to talk about, and then we'll run through the updated list of college players and where they may go in the draft, and then we'll get out of here. Kentucky LSU. I just want to give Malachi Moreno a shout out. Buddy hit an insane fucking buzzer beater to beat LSU. I don't know if you've seen the clip. If you haven't, look it up now.
It was that freshman, right, who had that.
Yeah. Kentucky's inbounding the ball from under the basket, right, off of an LSU make. And so there's like a second and like 1.2 seconds left on the clock, something like that. The inbounder does a great job of basically quarterbacking a pass directly to Malachi, who is being fronted, right? So they're playing monkey in the middle, and the inbounder basically puts the ball at a perfect spot, just over the outstretched hands of the defender who is jumping to get this ball. Malachi is able to basically pick it off from him, turn around, hit a little jump shot, buries it, right? It is probably the most nerve-wracking shot I've ever seen a man take, and I was not involved in any capacity.
He does. We're talking about Ole Miss Georgia, right? Sorry.
No. Sorry, Kentucky LSU.
My bad, dude. I kept thinking of the Ole Miss one. My apologies.
You're good. I'm going to get to that one next. But I just want to shout out Malachi Moreno while I give Brett the 4 seconds it'll take to watch this. I just want to say the stones it takes to be the inbounder, who I'm drawing a blank on the guy's name, to throw that pass basically into double coverage. Like Malachi is being bracketed over top, to take a football term, by the guy guarding the rim and being fronted by a guy in front of him.
Wow.
And just picks
cow.
It, turns, and has to make it. There is no time to dribble. You just have to take a jump shot.
And too, I think what's impressive about that is too, like when you're turning your body that fast like that, just like the control he has, while being able to hold onto the ball, find his hands while he's turning, and then getting down and a perfect shot, by the way, like beautiful. Like,
dude,
absolutely beautiful play. Very lucky, like you said, very lucky by that inbounder. Kind of threw it on a needle. Kind of looked like Caleb Williams there too.
Right.
Yeah.
Good reference to earlier in the episode, which I assume Caleb
we
Williams
talked. We totally talked about.
The second one I'll talk about, Ole Miss Georgia. Ole Miss sneaks away, steals a barn burner. I believe it was a double overtime game. Correct me if I'm wrong there.
It was just regular overtime, but it was in the
See,
final seconds of overtime. Though,
and this, I'm sorry, this prevented a second overtime. Yes.
Yeah.
At
Georgia.
Ole
Sick
Miss
court.
in Georgia has the ball, time is winding down, takes a shot, misses, offensive rebound, takes a shot, misses, offensive rebound, and then like with like half a second left, kind of just throws up a shot, like just has to get it in the air.
In the first of those 3 shots that you just mentioned, I had to stop and look, is at the 3-second mark. So they had like 3 seconds to get off these 3 terrible shots. They just somehow make the last one. And the last one's the worst shot, too.
Yeah, oh, dude, it was one of those, like, in a pickup game, you would throw that up in the air and then call a foul just because you're embarrassed by how bad it looked. Like, it was by no means a good shot, but it doesn't matter how you win, just that you do.
Yeah, you send a lot of Georgia fans home pretty upset, so
Which,
not a bad way to end the night.
No, we love it here. Those are the 2 games I wanted to cover, and then we'll brief recap of this is technically the 2026 NBA draft class, but it's topped, of course, by college players. And so this was about a month old, so I may disagree with some of these. But okay, here's one from two days ago. They've got, and this is what I agree with. They've got AJ DeBanza at number 1 overall.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I disagree with that.
Yeah. Darren Peterson at 2.
That's my number 1.
I'm always partial to a facilitating big. It's a bias of mine. I understand. So number 3 is Cam Boozer. To me, I'd still put him number 1, but I'm also viewing this as like slots into the NBA immediately and makes an impact.
Yeah, he will too.
I think Cam Boozer positionally is just a really smart, sound player, pretty polished. But we're basically debating the difference between like $1 and $1.02 here.
Yeah,
like fucking.
It's just who has the higher upside, I think, is what they're going off of. And not that Darren Peterson isn't an excellent basketball player. He is probably the best in college, but
Dibanza, if he gets some polish on his game like he will in the NBA, he's gonna be scary.
Yeah, and I think we're kind of overlooking him too in this threesome here. It's like he's still awesome, and he could be the number 1 in any class.
6'9" athletic freak, and the bias I have is kind of like, well, yeah, but what do you mean, but? If the Warriors drafted him tomorrow, I'd be ecstatic.
Yeah, I'd be doing backflips for him. Like he is
number
awesome.
4, Caleb Wilson out of North Carolina. Dude, whatever team gets him, I love him so much.
He's awesome.
He is by no means like a complicated player. He is like, I see the ball, I see the basket, I have the ball. The ball is going in the basket. Like, that is really
I had
it.
no idea he was so tall, 6'10".
He's a big boy.
Yeah, I thought he was much shorter.
Same height as Cam Boozer, I believe.
Interesting. Yeah. Him and Dibanza like 6'9", 6'10" range. Yeah.
And I'm partial to bigger dudes. And I like Darren Peterson. The soft tissue muscle injuries make me nervous with any player. It's not like a knock on him. I just I don't want to take a chance on that.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5 though, Kingston Flemings.
I think we're looking at the same one here.
The NBA's whatever.
I'm looking at a mock draft. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. You're nailing it then. Kingston Fleming at 5 again. True freshman coming in, keys to the Houston offense. Done well. No size is always going to be a little bit of an issue. He's not small by any stretch of the imagination. I think he's like 6'4", 6'3".
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But you just if you're putting your eggs in that basket, like dude, Memphis would love for Memphis to get Kingston Fleming to kick off a rebuild.
I would.
That'd
love
be
that.
awesome. Jaden Cadence out of Kentucky.
I don't know how to say it either. Yeah, I'm not going to try.
I was gonna rip with it.
But he's the first non-freshman on this list.
Yeah, which is interesting. It's such a good crop of NBA talent here.
It seriously is so good. Like this, because right now the one I'm looking at, number 10, they have the Grizzly slide, the Yaxel Lendenborg. Which I would be, I would jump out this window right now for Yaxel.
And I have on the Athletics top 100 list, Yaxel is ranked 8th. So like, if you picked him off at 10th, it'd be awesome. But
I wouldn't be disappointed by any of these guys later though either. Like, you're getting some good players late.
You could get down to and I'm pretentious. You could get down to 14, which on this list is Patrick Nongba II, the big guy out of Duke.
Mm-hmm.
You could get down to him. Anyone above him and anyone above. If you're an NBA team, you're like ecstatic about.
At 19, they have Thomas Ha, who was Florida's best player, one of Florida's best players last year, and then is their best player this year.
Yeah.
Like, it's so insane.
So all that to say, college basketball, we had seen the pendulum of like, is the NBA, is the international game gonna squeeze out college players? This draft class at least is an answer to that. No,
No, because they're all coming here to get paid now.
Right. There's so many good freshmen coming out of college this year. Like the freshman class coming out is going to be insane. There's guys who are coming out as sophomores, juniors who are going to contribute immediately. The league's in a great spot, and this draft is going to be generational. I mean,
I agree, man. I've been telling people this is like maybe not. You're not going to get LeBron James in this draft, but this is that 2003 deepness where like you're getting impact players still like at 10, 11, 12, and like that's very, very rare for an NBA draft that you're getting that.
yeah. No, good
But I
stuff,
love it,
buddy.
man. I love
You got
college
anything else
basketball.
to talk about the freshman class? Sorry, I didn't even mention Koa Pete, who's on that list. He's 7th. He's currently leading Arizona in a #1 AP ranking. I don't want to be remiss and forget him.
Undefeated, probably the best freshman in college right now, and he's 8th. That again just tells you how just like insane this class is going to be. I will be glued to my chair for draft night. I can't wait to see all these guys, see where they go, because I think it's going to change the league. This class will be league changing. I really do believe that. All right, well, we'll go ahead and wrap it up, man. This is Fourth and Forever. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for sticking with us to the basketball talk as well. Or you got Mason and Ben earlier, so very happy to get through everything. Cameron, real quick, we got 4 games this weekend. Go ahead and rapid fire your picks for me, just so we have them.
It is 49ers facing the Seahawks, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to rep the set you're too afraid to. I'm going to go 49ers.
Okay. Well, you didn't listen to the first half of the show then.
No, you're right. When everybody picked against me. It's Texans picking up, not the Broncos. Who are they picking up?
The Patriots.
Patriots. It's going to go against my own final prediction, but I think with the weather being what it is in New England, I think Patriots are going to edge that one out. That game makes me nervous.
I'm with you there, and I'm dreading having to tell Mason that tomorrow.
I'm hedging my bet though, because I did predict a Texans Bears matchup. So if I'm wrong here, I'd be right. Whatever.
Yeah.
Bills Broncos. That temperature I believe is also gonna be like 1 degree outside. No, that's the Chicago game. But Bills
I was
Broncos.
gonna say the Chicago game, and it's gonna be windy too.
Yeah. Bills Broncos. I'll pick. I'm gonna pick pedigree. I'm gonna say Josh Allen, having been in that environment before, at least, is probably gonna outplay Bo Nix. Coin flip. Very easily could be wrong. And then the last game in which it's the Bears picking up who? I'm sorry.
The Rams.
Oh,
in Chicago.
Yeah,
this was
the weather.
This was the toughest game for me to pick.
I'm gonna lean on the weather again and say the Bears probably eke that one out. But I mean that's gonna be a barn burner, I think.
Yeah, this playoffs have been great. They're gonna continue being great, and I'm excited, Cameron. This was a fun little basketball segment we did. I'm excited to get more time to talk basketball when the football season's over, man.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be.
Well, no, because when we pivot to Olympics, don't forget.
That's right. Yeah, we can't forget about the Olympics. Yeah,
Basketball will never come first on Fourth and Forever.
Yeah,
we have to make a separate show.
and then college, and then NHL playoffs, and then maybe during that last week we'll get to the NBA Finals. We'll see. Yeah, and then we'll take off till the next football season. But
Right.
all righty, y'all. Thank you again for the forever. Glad we like I said, glad we got this time. Thank you, Cameron. I'll have Mason and Ben say goodbye in the first little part. So goodbye, everyone, and hope you enjoyed this week. See you next week.
Bye.